Bug here on the RetroUnlim channel on your Christmas day of 1999. No, I'm really retro. I'm going way back.
Yeah, you're in a time machine.
2019. Is it 2000? Yeah, I think it is 2019.
Yeah, that's correct. Well,
it's been an eventful year for many things. Yes, and hello everyone, and happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Noel, Yuletide, or whatever you want to call it. Happy holidays, yada yada yada. And I'm Novabug, and I'm going to be your host, a very, very tired host today on Christmas Day. Because, yeah, I've been opening presents all morning, and I'm thrilled with the presents I've got. Absolutely thrilled. So are my kids, too.
I never need to buy a pair of socks in my life.
Yeah, they were. I thank you for the hellos. So, without further ado, on this Christmas Day, I'm going to introduce my guests, starting with my brother-in-arms. My Amstrad cohort, my comrade of the CPC.
Your Amstrad alumni.
How are you doing on this fine Christmas day?
Oof, what an intro. Thank you, Chris, my brother in Amstrad. Hello, all right, guys, I'm Zypho. I'm the Amstrad guy on YouTube alongside Novabug, and you can find me doing streams, long play videos, and I'm also on Twitch now as well. So, hey, check us out.
How's this Christmas morning been for you?
It's been fantastic. I got everything I asked for from Santa, and the missus is happy.
Missus is happy. Good. So you didn't refuse any of the presents then?
No, sir. No.
Oh,
no.
Excellent. And the next guest with the meaty Beats headphones is Mr. Honor Retro Tip himself. He has a dream. Well, he used to have a dream, but don't think anymore. Mr. Pete Armour, how are you doing, sir?
I was doing well until you insulted me by insinuating I had Beats headphones on. What do you think this is?
You're not sponsored by Dr. Dre, then?
No. We don't wear any inferior headphones in the Retro Tip household. Thank you very much. Yeah, doing very well. I'm Pete on a Retro Tip. Merry Christmas. I too have been opening Christmas presents on Christmas Day.
Have you?
I have.
What did you get?
Which is this day.
Which is this day, indeed. I got some socks and shower gel.
Did you get a hat?
Same as every year. I didn't get a hat, unfortunately. I do have an abundance of hats to keep my head warm.
Did you get a scarf?
No, sadly
no
not.
Scarf?
No.
Shocking.
That's the one thing I wanted and I didn't get. Gutted.
Oh man, like a Doctor Who scarf kind of thing.
Yeah, like a massive
proper Doctor Who scarf.
I could just wrap my entire body in like a mummy. That's what I wanted.
To preserve.
Yes.
You want a retro tip?
Cool.
That's how I stay young and beautiful. Wrap myself in scarves.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to buy a different scarf then.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Moving on to our next guest. The legendary person who loves to get into trouble with Japanese wrestling companies. It's Kim Justice. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you, Nova.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I had a really great Christmas morning. I got loads of Christmas presents. I got my whole Christmas dinner. I got each Brussels sprout individually wrapped.
Wow. Ooh. Wow.
So yeah, Oh, go on.
No, I was going to say I can't top that. Carry on.
So yeah, I'm Kim Justice. I do documentaries about old British computer systems and people and companies and various other things that come to my mind. And as I mentioned, I also get in trouble with Japanese wrestling companies a lot.
Yeah, I know. That was a lovely story. You're out of trouble with the Japanese now, though, aren't you?
Yes, they're not following me.
They've let you off the hook.
Yeah.
They have. I'm out of jail.
Excellent.
Is that one something your knee? You got attacked by the Yakuza and they broke one of your legs?
I was about to say.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, they came at me with an iron bar. Was it Kazuya Kiru, whatever his name is? Yeah, just beat the crap out of me.
You know, I was just about to introduce the next guest, but he's just stolen my thunder by nicking my gag. About the
Well, you should have shown me your script then, should you?
a script? We don't do scripts on RetroUnlim.
Yeah, page 35, subsection B.
Yeah, scripts are for losers. On to the next guest. Sorry, thank you, Kim. That's lovely. You've had a Christmas morning, by the way. Larry Bundy Jr. You don't need no introduction, do you? Hello, you.
Hello, me. Yes. Oh, hello there, everybody. It's me again. I'm here for the fun of it. That's it.
Turn up on Christmas Day.
Yes.
How you doing, Larry? Yeah, I'm here for the fun of it.
Yes, I do. Yeah, bar humbug.
You're not wearing Beats headphones, are you? No, they're Param ones, aren't they?
These are Sennheisers.
Ooh.
Sennheisers.
Nice.
Yes. It's like the quality cheapo brand.
Aye.
It's like the Rolls Royce.
Sennheiser represent.
Yeah. Oh, well done. Yeah, they're like the Rolls Royce of Poundland. So.
Yeah.
Well, someone's got to be the Rolls Royce of Powerland, I guess. I thought it was Pound Stretcher, wasn't it? Something like that. How's your Christmas morning been?
It was most excellent. I celebrated the birth of our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ. and then I celebrated commercialism by opening presents.
Yeah, well, we love commercialism, don't we? You know.
Did you go to midnight mass then, Larry?
I did, yes. I prayed for Jesus, even though he wasn't
Button
born
in
on
the
this
collection plate.
one. Oh yeah, I took a couple of them.
Church.
Yeah, it's nice they gave me a couple of quid. They thought, oh look, Gularity. we'll have to pay him for his appearance fee now, won't we? So.
That was midnight mass to Arcade Club, wasn't it?
Yes. Dollar Shave Club. Now, this is a non-profit making channel. Stop pushing your merchandise here. We'll start talking about League of Heroes or something.
Raid Shadowed Legends?
Yeah. Quote the code Guru Larry for 5% discount. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Do you want your membership here? Just type in Guru Larry. Okay. Well, everyone, it seems everyone's had a lovely Christmas morning then.
Yes.
So let's talk about the year past then. Gaming wise, we're avoiding certain topics, of course. But gaming wise, everyone, and you can all jump in here whenever you want. Your gaming highlight of the year. I would love to hear what your thoughts are, whether it be a release, an event you went to, people you met, anything you want. Go for it. Deafening silence.
You got a point. But if you ask somebody first, you go around in rotation or something. You ask.
Okay, we'll go to randomly on a retro tip.
Oh man,
because he's talking his phone.
Scarf Con.
Yeah, I went to Scarf Con. That was awesome, obviously.
Excellent. Excellent.
I mean, it's tough. It was.
I mean, we had the bomb scare in Manchester.
Oh yeah, that was really inconvenient because I couldn't get into the sodding car park and I'd already paid for it. That was great.
Because I was waiting on the street corner for you. Hang on a minute, that sounds really wrong. But anyway, okay, carry on.
Yeah, so the highlight of my year was Chris waiting on the street corner for me. I don't know. I think, jokes aside, it's been a very good year for the Mega Drive. I think things like Xeno Crisis coming out recently. Some good stuff on Mega Drive, and I don't know. You do get disillusioned a bit when you're backing stuff and you're doing kicks. I've been scummed on a few Kickstarters lately.
Oh yeah, please.
You know,
please talk.
Yeah, just a few Dreamcast things that are just and other things, Mega Drive things that are just never going to happen. So it's nice to see something that you back and it actually comes out and it's good. And Xeno Crisis was just really delivered. I was chuffed with that. And
Shane Dam's not here and he's missing out on all his potential kick scams.
I know, he'll have to watch this back and make notes. But yeah, that was good. I think that there's a lot of one type of game that people tend to make, and they go through phases where they're just everybody will make shooters and then everybody's making RPGs, and it was good to see kind of like a Smash TV sort of shoot 'em up thing come out on the Mega Drive, and
nice to see more action.
Yeah, like quite arcadey feel to it. It had, I think, and people kind of moved away for a bit from the arcadey feel, and that's kind of suits the Mega Drive perfectly, and it suits me perfectly because I don't have a whole lot of time these days to play games. So yeah,
and the music as well in Xenocrisis. I mean, Savage Regime, what a soundtrack that was!
I know,
one of the
incredible
best ever on the system. I mean, that guy deserves so much work after that, just so much work. I mean, has anyone had a look at his stuff on YouTube, like the remastering of like various Mega Drive themes, like reimagining them? Oh,
yeah,
it's crazy.
I was subbed to him for quite a while before I found out he was doing the Xenocrisis soundtrack, so it was like, wow, that's going to be amazing.
It was a good year for the Mega Drive then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, so your highlight is the Mega Drive, which is 20 years too late.
Yeah,
30-year-old console.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's good because I mean, is Tanglewood out yet, or?
Tanglewood is. I was going to mention Tanglewood, but then I couldn't remember. Was it tail end of last year or the start of this year?
I'm sure it was this year because didn't we speak to the dev at Play?
Oh no.
Yeah, but that was last year.
That was October, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was
when it came out.
I'm not sure.
I'll tell you when it came out because I did my video just before it came out.
What do you think of Tanglewood?
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. Yeah, I really loved it.
It's nice. It's like all platforms, like from the retro era. It's lovely to see like these games being still made.
So it was the end of last year. I'm just looking now. End of last year.
Well, I'm adding it on to this year, so that.
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah.
Years.
And obviously, Hardcore just came out as well, which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it renamed Ultra Core, isn't it?
Ultra Core, I think it's called, isn't it?
Yeah. It's in here somewhere.
When he finds that, well, Larry, what was your gaming highlight of the year?
I think it's the re-release of Virtua Racing on the Switch.
Really?
Because it's been waiting years for an actual proper copy of it, and they've never released it on any other system. They only just ports and that, or just remakes of it. But having a proper arcade version of it finally on the Switch was the one thing I was looking forward to this year.
I'll tell you, we'll talk about the Switch later, actually, because it's actually really been successful this year, hasn't it? That machine.
Yes.
For many reasons.
I mean, the amount of videos being made about it is astronomical.
Yes. It was almost like Nintendo's ultimate comeback, wasn't it? After the Wii U.
I mean, do we know sales figures for it this year, or
it's beaten the Xbox One, I think, already.
Wow.
In total sales. Was that in total? It was either in yearly sales or total sales. I can't remember, but I did see a figure about it being beaten the Xbox One. So
I'm gonna play my Switch more than my PS4 now. I think.
To be honest, I was speaking to a mate the other day, and he said he was like he had an Xbox One and a PS4, and we were talking about that like a year and a half ago, and he said he held off buying a Switch, bought a Switch, and he said it's the best console he's ever bought.
Wow.
He said he loves it. He plays it every day. Obviously the re-releases and stuff, which is a bit of a shill, really, for me, because it's like they were all out before in the Wii U respectively, so that's a bit dodgy. But all the new stuff apparently is really good, and of course all the re-releases from the Wii U.
I do like the sales they have on there as well. You can get like indie games like 50p and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And ultimately, it's going to obviously replace the 3DS, which is nearly gone. So.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much dead now, isn't it?
So I've not released any first-party games for it for a while.
Well, this year, I think this year was also the final release ever for the Wii as well. Guess what it was?
Yes, Just Dance.
FIFA.
Of course it was Just Dance, yes.
Yeah, either Just Dance or FIFA. It's always them to turn the lights on.
Yeah, I think it was Just Dance 2020 is the final official release for the Wii. I thought that was last year, but apparently they did it again.
It's 14 years.
Limited Run really wanted it to be, what's his name?
Revenge of the Bird.
No, the Metroidvania game. Axiom Verge.
Oh,
Axiom Verge,
yeah.
Yeah.
Was that
Wow.
Wii U? The final Wii U? Yeah, final Wii U.
And that was download Wii U. That was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Got mixed up.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I still love the Wii U. Anyway, I'm in the minority there, I think. So the re-release of Virtua, I love Virtua Racing. It's one of those arcade cabs I really remember from the past, and I love the Mega Drive port was actually okay, isn't it?
I liked it. It's supposed to be supposed to come out of their VR headset for the Mega Drive. That's what it was designed for originally.
See, because it used the SVR chip, wasn't it?
SVP.
SVP chip.
I mean, it's a beast of a car, isn't it?
It's massive. I've got it. I've got a copy of it. It's massive.
I've got it somewhere here, but it doesn't work.
No need to both send over, Bo.
Yeah.
I've got one. I've
got it.
Yeah.
I'm not boasting. I'm not boasting. I've got it.
I don't think that's expensive anyway.
I haven't got the X32X version.
Well, that was considered to be the best port of the game until the Switch one came out.
Because you've not really been able to play it on emulation, the arcade version, for years. I think it sort of half works in like an emulator, but in MAME it's been like classified as non-working for a very, very long time. Virtual Racer, is that right? I think it is. Because I'm sure we got one of the guys from the main project in our Discord. I think he's in yours as well, Novabug, and he was saying that they're very close to finally cracking all the chips on the Sega model board that uses Virtual Racer. Virtual Racer is based on.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of the old Sega games that don't really work, or the 3D ones that don't really work on MAME. Like, I don't think you've ever been able to get like Virtua Cop to work.
Right.
Yeah,
well, that will be coming very soon, apparently, along with Virtual Racer.
Cool. I've been waiting for that.
And Wing War.
Wing War.
Which nobody ever remembers.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Sorry,
I
Ray.
don't know it.
Another game no one ever remembers that also doesn't work on MAME is the fourth Operation game, isn't it? So you had
What, Operation Wolf?
not of the Operation Wolf series. There was a fourth arcade game, but hardly anybody knows anything about it.
What was the third one?
That's the one like Area 51, isn't it? They used video footage of people running around.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't run on MAME. No one can get it to run yet. So
I didn't even realise there was a third Operation game.
Operation
Only
Wolf
know
3.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Wolf and
Yeah, it's up there with Pit Fighter.
Oh dear.
That's why I don't know it then.
No, it's not very good. No, you can play it on MAME, but it's flawed because it stops you from scrolling left. So if you get an enemy like in your target sights on the far left or far right or something, then it gets stuck, so you can't actually continue on for the level.
That sounds like a design issue.
Yeah, well, I think it's a MAME coding issue.
Oh, okay, that's
To be fair. So, Virtua Racer, great game and a great memory. Right, okay. Zypho, got to come to you. Your favourite part of the gaming sphere that happened this year? I think I've got a view on
everyone knows I'm going to talk about the bloody Amstrad. So I'll just say Pinball Dreams on the Amstrad. Get it over and done with. There it is on Novabug's monitor behind.
There she is.
Yeah, brilliant port. So if you're an Amstrad fan, you had a very, very good year this year, I would say. Lots of new releases and lots of homebrew stuff. But for me, actually, my highlight of the year personally was probably Play Expo Blackpool. So I had an amazing time there. Met loads of cool people. Met Pete for the first time. And I want to apologise to Pete because I kept calling him on a retro trip.
Oh, mate. Everybody does it, don't worry.
Pete, I'm sorry, mate.
People call me all sorts on a road trip. And yeah, don't worry about it. Yes, I've been called that before.
I think I called you Paul for the first year that I knew you.
Did you?
I think.
Close enough.
I just called it boy.
Boy.
But Big Boy Barry as well. That was a nice little surprise on the day. That was cool. So it was Play Expo for me. First panel I've ever been on at one of these kind of conventions and stuff. I was absolutely shitting myself, as Pete told me he was as well. But it was a good laugh, and it was nice to do something like that for the very first time. And it's a shame that was the last one at the legendary Norbeck as well.
No, I don't know. It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Going back.
It's going back.
No, going back to the shitty Norbeck.
It was never. It actually never left.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, the Norbrec's like a black hole that you can't escape from. It was never going to leave.
It's not Hotel California, it's Hotel Norway.
Yeah.
but I thought they found a different venue and they couldn't they didn't want to reuse it again. So have they lost that new venue? And
It was a bluff. It was a bluff.
I don't know. I don't know.
Rumor,
Yeah,
a rumor going around that it was going to go to the Winter Gardens, but Andy said that was a load of bollocks.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Oh,
Apparently,
right.
it was spread by unsavoury people.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kira.
Then I'm included in that then because I've been telling everyone.
It was spread by Spectrum fans.
So what? No, I
Spread by
bought
Paul
I
Andrews.
bought into that too.
It's Paul Andrews. It's him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh God.
And cut.
Yeah. We'll edit that bit out. We'll edit it.
Probably copyrighted it already.
Oh crap! He's fucking. I've just had a message saying, "Yeah, where is it from? Yeah, Mr. Andrews. All right, I'm done. Fuck it." So anyway, sorry, Al. Back to Play Blackpool.
Well, that was it really. It was a good laugh, and well, we're back to the Norbeck then. Hey,
We are back to Milbreck. Yeah, and I was on that panel as well, and I was shitting myself too. I was, and I especially really shit myself when I looked over at you, and you were sort of like, and I looked over at your good wife, and she's big beaming smile on her face, so proud of you.
it's like a proud mum. At a school pantomime. Oh, look at him up on stage. Yeah.
I started laughing at Kate smiling at you, and then she took a picture, and there's a picture of me grinning. And then Pete broke the ice by leaning over and saying to me, "I'm sweating like fuck," and he held my hand just to tell me.
A touching moment.
It was. Yeah. It was the coming together of Sega and Amstrad. Who knew?
Beautiful.
Mega PC.
It was a Mega PC in human form.
We should start a collaboration channel called Mega PC.
Yeah.
There you go.
On a retro bug. Right. Okay. That was a great memory for me actually. If I take my liberty before I go to the lovely Kim. Yeah, I think the highlight again, that was probably the highlight for me as well. It was Play Blackpool. Meeting everyone again, but meeting new faces and really getting to talk to other people. I loved getting to talk to James, for example, this time, getting to know Muso.
Aye.
Yeah. He was the star of the show, man.
His set was phenomenal. His gaming set. It was like
I wish I'd been able to see more of it.
Like it turned into like Play Expo turned into like a rock festival for that 20 minutes or 25 minutes he was on. It was awesome. So a big shout out to Gamer Muso because that man's a great man. So I really enjoyed that and the panel as well. But also, and this was a nice segue onto you, Kim, is your panel at Play Expo, which was also extremely funny.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, not to be unoriginal, but yeah, Play Expo Blackpool was fantastic for me. Generally, I mean, the expos through the year in general were great. I loved Manchester as well. Not to leave that one out, but I'd have to say, yeah, the highlight for me was the panel that we did at Blackpool with myself, our Trista Bites, Lady Decade, and the newest member of RetroUnlim, of course, Tamara Cade.
Tamara Cade, yes. She has recently joined RetroUnlim. Yeah.
No, I mean, it was an absolutely wonderful panel to be on, and we had such an appreciative, such a great crowd for that. I mean, especially considering it was the last panel of the Expo on a Sunday afternoon, the time when a lot of people are usually going home. And I mean, I've been on that slot before, and the room's kind of been half empty, but we pretty much packed it out for that panel.
There was a fear. There was a fear that might be like tagged as the graveyard slot, but it turned out that the two RetroUnlim panels were actually two of the busiest.
Yeah, no, we both smashed it, and I think it was so great that we had two panels rather than just one, because I think it really gave a chance for people who, not to sound like big-headed or anything, like a lot of people got the chance to go on panels who perhaps wouldn't necessarily have gone on panels.
Yeah.
Like for a lot of time, like Zypho, like Nova, like Tip, like for a lot of the time, like on panels, like say if we need to get a girl on there, it's like it's usually only going to be either me or Octi, and so to have like all these other people on panels and on the blokes panel as well, to have like Top Hat and also then all you guys, whereas it ordinarily would be like me, Slopes, Retro Man Cave, Larry,
Pete,
Nostalgia Nerd. I think it gave so much people a fantastic opportunity. To really,
it was a good scope. And Trista did a brilliant job of hosting it as well.
She did. No, she did a bang-up job.
Yeah.
So that was definitely
putting at the deep end.
yeah.
So it was nice to see, people like Tom Arcade, that's our Vel for everyone, Twitch streamer. It was nice. It was a different take because obviously she's not a YouTuber, but she's a Twitch streamer. But it's nice to see that sort of variety. I think it was that was the 5th Play Expert Blackpool I've been to, and it was probably the best one I've ever been to.
I loved it.
Really enjoyed that one. I think you said that as well, Pete, didn't you, at one point?
Yeah, I think. I've been to London for quite a few years, and it's just amazing. Like great turnout, and like just the vibe was like right up there. Everyone was just loving it, and the time flew though. It went so quickly because everyone was having so much fun.
Yeah. My only sad thing about Blackpool was that I had a bit of a bum knee, so I couldn't really get around that well. But other than that, it was just so friendly. I mean, I just loved Blackpool more than any of the other expos. It has a completely different atmosphere, I think, to the others. It's like the home venue. I'm interested to see what Margate's going to be like next year because I've never been to that one.
Yeah, I'm going to be going to Margate as well. So,
and we have Scotty joining us.
We have a new person joined. Hello, Scott.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, man? You all right?
Yeah, good.
Welcome, everyone. Scott's Game Asylum to the Christmas Day RetroUnlim stream.
Well, bollocks, anyway.
How was your Christmas morning, Scott, after the immediate expletive?
Well, after having a family-friendly, wake up and wearing my Todd Rogers jumper and all that sort of stuff, I went out and had a few pints and come back. Because this isn't Christmas Day. Santa is a lie, kids.
It was so good we can't even see your image.
Because I don't have a webcam anymore because I broke it by accident.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So.
No, you telling me no one got you a webcam for Christmas?
No, patreon.com/Scott's Game
Hang on. Hang on, that's Larry's bit. You're stealing Larry's bit.
No, I flogged it a couple months ago and I thought, I don't need a webcam anymore. They're like, oh yeah, I forgot about the chat. Whoops.
Streams.
I don't have a camera to do your videos anymore. I just do voiceover, don't you?
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll get rid of the webcam. Not thinking that, live streams. I'll get one in the new year.
Scott not thinking. Now there's a trope that I've never heard.
Never plan ahead.
No.
Never happened before.
Live for the now.
Right, we were keeping each other up with our snoring.
Well,
we were just talking about.
Go on.
So we were just talking about Blackpool. Play Blackpool this year. What were your thoughts on it, Scott?
It was scary. Insomnia, especially that first night where we just snored each other awake all night. I tell you what, it was probably the most fun I've had in a long time, and I didn't think I would be a panel type of person, but now I've done it, I want to do it again and again and again. It's so much fun. I really liked it.
Buzz, isn't it? It's a real buzz.
Yeah,
Huge like crack cocaine.
It is in a way, yeah, and I just want more.
He wants to break bad.
Yeah. I want to see how quickly I can get banned from replay events for swearing.
The next event will probably take care of that, mate. So we were talking about your favourite gaming memory of this year. Was it Play Blackpool? Because mine was, Kim's was, so was.
Oh yeah, probably that. A very close second, and this is kind of sad. I would have said Resident Evil 2 a couple weeks ago, but now I have to say Devil May Cry 5 because I just played it literally when I was ill for like a week or so. I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to sit down and play DMC 5, and that'll probably be my second favorite gaming moment this year. It's so fucking good.
What format's that on?
It's on all the new stuff. I played it on PC.
Ah, right, cool. Yeah, because you're a PC man, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a DMC retrospective in the new year, but I wanted to play that first just as is, and just to see what it's like. And holy hell, if you love like action games, it's definitely it's definitely worth a play.
Very good. So everyone enjoyed the new year when it comes to gaming then, would you say? Or do you get a lot of gaming in? How did your creation get on this year? I think a few people have been. Larry, you got back on the wagon pretty heavily this year, didn't you?
Well, it was a tough time this year, all that drinking and stuff. No, it was
the white light.
No, it's mostly I had to put time away for the book and stuff like that. That's why I kept away from YouTube mostly. Also had a few health issues at the beginning of the year as well, but yeah, no, luckily that's all out of the way now, so I can actually focus on not having a stagnating YouTube channel anymore. So
Yeah.
You whip all of us on subs, so.
Well, in all fairness, I've been doing it for like 12 years, so I've got a bit of a head start on you. So
a little bit. That's good to know. It's good to know. Everyone's got good plans for their channels. They're still confident with the channels, or are we migrating to different platforms yet? Or
nah, I'm sticking with YouTube. I've just hit 2,000 subscribers. It's taking me long enough. I'm sticking with it.
No, I'm totally confident with YouTube still, I have to say. Really?
yes, I'm ashamed that I can't put those children in my videos anymore.
Yeah, all those children's videos I used to do. Damn.
yeah, it's all a bit of an oh hoo ha that copper stuff, though, isn't it? It's too much scaremongering over it.
I think a lot of that is quite. Trouble is, and I was actually talking about this at YouTube a couple of weeks ago. Believe it or not, there's a lot of alarmist content on YouTube about it. Like people, like anytime something changes, like it's like this is the end. Like, oh, you can't make this content anymore. Copper's actually been around for freaking ages.
Yeah, it's just now that they have to be compliant, and
which
if they like it or not,
which YouTube weren't before, and that's why they got fined a lot of money because they were. I mean, it's not about policing the content, as far as my understanding of it. It's not about the policing content that kids watch. It's about policing the data that companies can take off of
exactly
children, which has been a thing like in advertising way before the internet. That's what it's about, and it's about being compliant with that. So I'm not seeing what the issue is, because I'm not taking any data off kids.
I think it's a struggle because people genuinely do get afraid of things like that, and whether they got that from a so-called alarmist content or not, people come to YouTube because they, what was the old YouTube mantra? It was, your voice, whatever you want to say,
and it's still there.
It's just still there.
It should stand for that. There has been over the past couple of years, a lot of shutdowns, which I wouldn't agree with. Now, whether you agree with what the content is saying or not, that's the different matter. I just don't agree with the shutdown.
I think there's two separate issues of being shut down completely or just being demonetized. At the end of the day, everyone's got to be advertiser friendly. If you want ads on your videos or make money from it, you better not have too extreme views or extreme content or whatever. It's that simple. I don't get why a lot of people moan about it. I'm being demonetized because I'm talking about Nazis. It's like, well, don't talk about Nazis if you want to make money.
But the viewers count will reflect that they will get binned by the audience before they'll get binned by the company, and that's the court of public opinion is the worst thing to kill you. You know, it shouldn't be some boss in front of a computer saying, I don't agree with that. It should be the court of public opinion to say, no, that's bollocks.
How about that Brexit, eh, Chris?
Yeah, we're not talking about
God. Here we go. Put that back in a box.
I don't need to talk about it because we did it anyway. That's enough of that. You've completely threw me off there.
Oh,
You were waiting
don't
to say that, weren't you, Larry?
Don't even begin.
It's a fear with you, Chris.
Hey, it's Christmas. Don't bring it down on Christmas Day. Well, it's actually a positive, but anyway. What was I going to say next? I don't know because Larry's just completely hoodwinked me.
Well, I'm going to bid you farewell because my Christmas dinner's ready.
Oh no!
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Well, enjoy your Christmas dinner.
I will, thank you. I'm sorry to be so brief,
What's
but yeah.
it? What, Nut West?
Oh, well done.
It's
Chris.
not. No, it's not nut roast. It's like a on croute thing. It's like a vegan on croute thing with like
It's called
roasted veg
Deliveroo.
inside. Yes.
It's the food my food eats.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let's be fair, Pete. It's just a plate of sprouts and parsnips, isn't it?
I'd be happy with that as long as there's gravy.
Oh yeah, as long as it's vegetable gravy, of course.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Okay.
No, but yeah. Thanks for having me on. Sorry to be brief, and everyone have a great Christmas.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone watching, have a great Christmas. I know a couple of people sort of in the YouTube community having a bit of a rough time around Christmas, so thoughts go out to them and everything.
Yeah, actually, on that note, before you do go off the airways, Pete, I just want to give a shout out to Scott Sega Zombie on a serious note. The man is going through some tough times at the moment. Something that no other person should go through, and I think we all want to pay our best wishes to Sega Zombie and the tough time he's going through at the moment.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we're all here for each other, so
yeah,
you know, he should know that everyone in the community is there for him, and you know, we've all made some great friends over the years, and it's not just something we say. We are here for each other, so
yeah. So I think
want him to know that.
United in saying that big love to Sega Zombie, and we hope it all gets better for him. As tough as it is. So yeah, love you, Scott.
Yeah, well said. But yeah, I'll bid you farewell. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Cheers, Scott. Merry Christmas, mate.
I've got to try and work out how to sign out of this thing now.
Professionalism at its best.
Yeah, no.
I've got to work out what. Press that button. I am pressing that button, but you're doing it wrong.
You can tell the last time I've been on Google Hangouts, it's completely revamped.
I know, it's so different.
It's all professional now, yeah, because we got to be pros and shit.
Pros and shit. Professional advice there from Scott.
Professionalism is my
Professional YouTubers and shit. You get them in cans.
Boats and hose.
That's right.
You can find it in the Christmas tinner aisle.
Oh, the Christmas dinner. Oh, God. Did anyone send that to Stuart? God. I'd love to see Ashens do a video on that thing.
I think he did.
He
did. Larry, surely you know.
in a can.
No, you don't.
He did the chicken in a can. That's he
did.
Oh, that was grim.
It was bloody awful.
That made me wretch that did that video.
Yeah, something about that sort of processed food. Oh, yeah.
He also did the Christmas dinner ration one as well. Didn't they? That was also grim.
Yeah. Kind of a lot of Stuart stuff is grim.
What makes it fun?
All the stuff that's out of date is like, oh, God.
Well, it's like the Searstromen. It's like that smells so bad, I can smell it while watching it. That doesn't make any sense, but oh man, I've watched that thing probably about 30 times. It's still rancid.
It's supposed to be a delicacy.
Fucking yeah.
I've got
But
Swedish
they
family.
eat fermented shark, so
Yeah, someone who just doesn't have any sense of smell or sense of anything. Screw that.
I was more upset that Barry didn't like cheese. I was like screaming at the screen. How can you not like cheese, Barry? What's wrong with you, man?
what kind of person doesn't like cheese?
I know. No wonder Bartians went tits up. I didn't say that out loud, sorry.
Got that.
So, oh, their Christmas food, eh? So it is a thing, right? Christmas dinner. What is everyone's perfect Christmas dinner? Is it all the same for everyone? Are we all turkey, bacon roll?
I don't like Christmas dinner. It just tastes disappointing. You spend 6 hours waiting for the fucking thing, then it's just dry and tasteless.
I'm cooking it this year, so it will be dry and tasteless. But anyway.
Hey. No, I like a good Christmas dinner with the trimmings. I mean, we've tried the other things. We had goose one year. It was crap. We had
goose.
God.
Yeah.
I guess the adverb was good that year.
We had a turducken one year. That was worse.
Yeah. A what?
A turducken. That's like a bird.
Well
that's like a bird within a bird.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No,
it was all just dry.
Russian dole of poultry.
Yeah, Russian dole of poultry, exactly. Yeah, so no, a nicely cooked turkey like the older Delia Smith way. That's
the older Delia Smith, not the younger
Delia
Smith. Because when she was younger, she cooked crap.
Yeah, pre-Norwich.
Pre-Norwich, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Where are ya?
Where are you, turkeys? Where are you? We're in the fucking.
I guess I'm just weird. I don't care for the Christmas dinner. I prefer just playing like games in the morning with family.
So what would you have on Christmas Day if you had any choice to eat?
Probably just a pigs and blanket sandwich, and that'd be it. I'm good. I'm easy pleased.
Just go down to McDonald's or something.
Oh no!
Yeah, get a McRib or so. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I have to say though,
what I open Christmas Day?
Maybe. So come on, there would definitely be people who'd go to McDonald's on Christmas Day.
Yeah, there'll be stoners on Christmas Day. Yeah, definitely.
I have to say though, I prefer Boxing Day dinner to Christmas Day dinner. Cold turkey and chips.
That's good.
Yeah, now you're talking. Yeah,
we go to Toby for the family on Christmas Day. Oh, Boxing Day.
Coolio.
And so Boxing Day for me was always making a turkey curry.
Yeah, same for me. Turkey curry.
So it's like so you got the leftover, the dark meat of the legs and the wings. You cut all that off, put it in a nice curry sauce. Job done. That's your dinner for Boxing Day. Lovely. A bit of gammon left over as well.
You like that, don't you, Chris?
Oh,
you said it. You set yourself up.
Yeah, but I'm talking about meat. I'm talking about meat.
You throw the ball, I dunk it in.
Yeah, you missed. You didn't get a swish.
No, but it's always been cold turkey chips and pickles as well. Got to have some pickled onions.
Oh, come on, you got to have pickles.
Well, somebody always pickled on Christmas.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
You never
bacon rolls. It's all about the bacon rolls for me.
You never get cheese and pineapple on a stick anymore, do you?
No, I used to love that.
Everybody. Yeah.
Cheese and pineapple on a cocktail stick.
Yeah, that was a cult.
Yes, you know, made myself with a cocktail stick. That's why.
Why don't
Is he going mad?
Who thought that up idea up?
Oh, that's Fanny Craddock or something. She normally comes.
Yeah, probably Fanny Craddock.
She invented what's his name? Prawn cocktails for Bernie. Which is just tomato
fucking Bernie in.
It's prawns mixed with tomato ketchup and mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise, yeah.
That's it. And it's all over the world
sauce.
It's grim.
It is grim, isn't it? Oh, it's horrible stuff. We don't have that at Christmas anymore. We kind of all individually decided, no, we don't like that.
It's the bowl that nobody goes to.
Yeah, for some reason, it's an odd childhood memory eating prawn cocktail and absolutely hating it. Like my auntie, like, oh yeah, you have this. You like the crisp, don't you? It's like, yeah, I like the crisp, but what the fuck's this? This bowl of big sludge.
Ugh, dear. Just have the prawns.
Yeah.
The prawns are fine on their own.
I bought a plate set of the Bernie last year for eBay.
Oh God.
Why?
Why would you do that?
I bet those plates were yellow from Hamlet cigars.
No, they're really good. They're like those massive steak plates. Those massive steak plates you can get. And I've always wanted some. So.
Jesus Christ.
Fair enough.
That's when nostalgia goes way too
I don't
far.
buy anything.
You don't have some crap.
How's the Dyson Airblade doing?
Oh, it's in the shed. I need to wire it up. So.
Shout outs to anyone who remembers the Game Lords.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't done that for. This is the other thing I bought recently. Electric cordless chainsaw.
I can't even see it.
You can't even see it because your camera's weird.
Oh, okay,
I can't even see it. It was almost like you were in some sort of vortex there.
You are.
Why? Unless you're going to be the next Leatherface.
Well, it's latest technology. It's lithium-ion cordless. I don't have to worry about being tethered. I'm eco-friendly murderer.
I know why he's got it.
God, they need to take your arms and account away.
I know why he's got it. I know he's got it. It's his defense weapon in case Peter Molyneux comes knocking.
One day he'll come knocking for all of us. In his roll neck.
I've never said a bad word about the bastard. I mean, sorry.
Well, you must hate him because he's actually anti-Brexit, isn't he? So.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you funded that because I
You
was
took
watching
your eye off the
videos.
ball, Fable 3, you cunt.
You've been moaning about him, and then you posted that picture of him wearing the EU flags. It's like, oh well, that's it.
He's off my Christmas list.
I've had enough of him. That's it. It really is. And I was going to defend him.
I was going to play Populous tonight, but now.
Yeah. I'm like, oh. Wait,
I was going to play Godus, but it's...
They'll be burning their copies in the streets.
Oh,
Pete's back.
Hey!
So he's had his Christmas dinner.
that was a quick Christmas dinner.
Well, it's vegan, isn't it? It's only like...
He's moved house apparently.
Brussels
as well. He's
sprouts.
put the Christmas tree up.
No,
Hey?
move to the
Oh,
cheese
can you hear
launch.
me?
How was the Christmas dinner? Was it nice?
That was delicious, eh? All 2 carrots.
That was really quick.
Nice.
That's for the
Sounds
reindeer, you donkey.
What brings
Yeah.
you back?
Change your plans, change your setting. Christmassy.
Yeah. Lovely tree.
Christmas.
Lovely tree.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Who's
Was it
Russ?
sound that ball behind you? Pete is a pussy. What?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Oh, he eats. Right, got it. Okay. I thought it was a vegan.
Fucking
Oh.
hell.
Jesus.
Sort it out, you fucking train wreck.
Hey, look, I'm very, very tired.
I'm very, very drunk.
Yeah, it's been
I'm not drunk, I'm just tired.
such a long
Very
Christmas
tired.
day.
Okay, right. So, best Christmas gifts you guys have ever had. Go on then. When your childhood, adulthood, whatever you want. The stuff that you either really wanted or the stuff you didn't know you really wanted that was given to you. Gaming or otherwise.
I'm going to go and fish mine out, so I'm going to mute myself and be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Mine would be a Sony PlayStation with 5 games, especially in like 97 when they were
Yes.
fire selling them.
What were
yeah.
5 games?
It was Doom, True Pinball, fucking love that game. Fighting Force, which, yeah. What was the other 2? Oh, Rayman and I think it was Command & Conquer, the last one.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
a pretty good choice, though.
Yeah,
Was that
yeah.
your choice, or was it your family's?
Oh, they were just given to me, but I wanted
okay.
Command & Conquer and Doom anyway, so it was like, okay, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, PlayStation, ISIS Pro, Tomb Raider 2, Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, you were hooked. Final Fantasy 7, that could all day.
Absolutely. Yep, that
Yeah,
hooked me for about a year.
Yeah, I got FF7 and Resident Evil 2 like on Boxing Day when we went to Toys R Us, and that was like, that's what started my gaming obsession off pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got this last year.
Vectrex.
Vectrex from the missus.
I don't
Very
think it's
nice.
new.
I had no idea she was getting that. Fucking hell. Oh, that was heavy. Oh, my arms. You know. There you go. But I've always wanted a Vectrex and mentioned it once to Mrs. years ago, and she remembered and saved up. So thank you, Mrs. Zypho. I fucking love you.
They're ridiculous now, aren't they, in price?
I have no idea. I didn't want to check, man. I don't want to.
Well, if you question why you got a second mortgage on your house, you'll know why.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's like about 10 years ago, you could pick one up for 50 quid.
I got one for 50 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't boast, Chloe.
Well, I was collecting games before it was cool. So,
I think I paid 110 for mine about 3-4 years ago. They've definitely gone up since that.
Yeah, when I was deep in collecting, I was eyeing one up for like a good week, and in the end, I didn't bother, and I regret that to this day.
Yeah,
Stop selling stuff. Because you've never cleaned it.
We were saying earlier about the Mega Drive, but it's been a good year for the Vectrex as well. Some good homebrew on the Vectrex this year.
Yeah, hopefully I'm getting a multi-cart for Christmas. That's what I've asked for Santa.
Nice.
Hang on a minute, you should already have that.
No, I've got a few games, got a few here.
Oh,
Favourite one, Scramble. That's good.
Oh, Scramble's good. Speaking of Scramble, good version on the Amstrad this year as well.
Oh, yes. Arcade Perfect, sir. Oof.
Forgot about that, didn't we?
Speaking of Arcade Perfect, what about Sonic on the fucking GX?
Oh, my God.
Are you going to talk about Top Hat's video as well now?
Yeah.
Not at all. Because Top Hat was very resigned. It's his mates that were like, "What's that?" I was like, "What?"
I think it's pretty funny. It's like, why not?
Exactly.
They want to do it, do it. Yeah.
Yeah, do it. It's like, hang on a minute, Mega Drive, Spectrum, Commodore. Loads of people are making loads of stuff all the time for no profit.
Yeah.
Well, that's the answer. It's such a quick answer. It's like
somebody made a MAME emulator for the Spectrum a while ago.
For the what, sorry?
Wow.
Somebody made a MAME emulator for the Spectrum.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
God, trying to load up Mortal Kombat on that would probably take 6 months.
You can only play really early games like Pac-Man.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But it's an absolute perfect port of Pac-Man.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Well, there's no reason to say that the early games like Pac-Man and Space Invaders can't be arcade perfect on the 8-bits. That's the thing.
Of course.
I think a couple of years ago there was a Space Invaders port for the Amstrad that was pretty much perfect.
Yeah, but really, is Arcade Perfect that worth it? I kind of like the jank with a port, you know. It's always the fun part of it.
Yeah, you like some of the pins were interpreted in like the tiny amount of time they had.
Yeah.
And the tiny amount of resources.
Well, I prefer the Amstrad version of Chase HQ to the arcade game.
Well,
Amstrad Chase HQ is
I
awesome.
think it's more fun.
Yeah.
Well, when I think about like early childhood memories playing the original Mortal Kombat on the Master System, it's terrible, absolutely terrible. But I kind of love it even now, even though it's completely been superseded
with Midget Goro.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I kind of like the jank in some of these ports. All right, you don't get it now because it's not really arcade perfect anymore.
Yeah,
but
it always made me laugh.
That's the thing that's lost in gaming. That I think that's it's like a gem that's lost. That kind of how can we interpret something that's far superior onto an inferior platform?
Well, the closest thing nowadays are D-makes, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? D-makes.
I mean, they are really D-makes, aren't they? If you think about it.
Well, they are, yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, if you look, take for example, you look at the footage that you've seen of that Sonic GX thing that's coming up. If you look at it side by side to the Master System, you think it's actually graphically better than the Master System, but obviously not as good as the Mega Drive. So it's somewhere in between.
Yeah. I think they're basing it on the Master System version, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But the GX has more colours they can put on the screen, I think.
But it's also got the closer aspect ratio of the Mega Drive, where it's closer into the action, like because it's quite zoomed out on the Game Gear and the Master System.
I prefer it that way. Better than motion sickness.
Yeah.
All right, granted, it'll probably still run at about 3 frames a week, but at least you can see what you're doing.
It'd be interesting to see what Sega said about it.
Oh, they're normally pretty cool about stuff.
Yeah, they normally don't care.
It's just Nintendo you have to watch out for.
Oh yeah.
Sega are normally fine until people try to start taking money.
Yeah, it's a non-profit thing. Said with spite.
Damn you, my Sonic remake. I spent ages making that.
I was thinking more of how awesome Streets of Rage remake was.
Yeah. And that was the biggest video on my channel as well until the forums went down and and then everyone starts blaming me for not finishing the game. It's like, I didn't even touch it. I just put a video out of it. I'm not the creator. Fucking annoying.
Well, I personally never forgiven you for it, to be honest.
Well, saying now, the new Streets of Rage, I know quite a lot of you were hyped about it. It don't look like something that is worthy of Streets of Rage. Am I being the bad guy here? It just seems very like,
I don't know. Yeah,
it seems overly animated, especially the characters.
I got to have a look at it in the flesh at EGX.
Yeah.
Sadly, didn't get to play it because the machine or the console was packed.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But it looked good, fine in motion.
Yeah, because it's the Way Forward guys are on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Way Forward, but they're
like Wonder Boy remake.
Yeah, but I always found their 2D art always seemed to be very over animated, and it annoys me. I don't know why. Same with Cuphead as well. It's like, I love that game. It's fucking hard. It's a great challenge, but it's just the animations really do my head in. I guess I'm the weird one there.
No, I'm sort of with you a bit. They've picked a certain art style and they've gone with it, and it must be really hard for them because this is coming to a modern audience, but like everyone who loves a game loves that old-fashioned 8-bit pixels. Yeah. So how do you get like the middle ground that pleases everyone?
They should have gone the route of Sonic Mania and done a what if this had come out on the Saturn.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe.
Definitely. But I'm still
that sell it to a modern audience?
Sorry, Alan missed.
Oh, sorry, we talked over each other then. Just cancelled out. No, I'm just wondering if they did do something like that, go for like a Saturn style. Then would that alienate it from modern gamers they're trying to get the money from, or?
I wouldn't think so. I think it's more just a stylistic choice. Some people love. Excuse me, windy pops. Too much beer today.
Double Dragon Neo kind of.
Oh no. Hell no. I did not like Double Dragon Neo in the slightest.
Well, lots of people did.
I liked Neo.
I did not like that game at all. It just wound me up.
I preferred it to Double Dragon 5. I thought Double Dragon 5 was pretty boring. Well, not Double Dragon 4, I think it was actually.
Well, I think it's mostly because we've seen trailers for the new Streets of Rage. We see what it looks like. It's all about, for Streets of Rage especially, it's all about the gameplay and feedback. Because when you're playing Max Thunder and Streets of Rage 2 and you're slamming people left and right, that's the fun part. The graphics to me is second fiddle. I don't know. I'm just we'll see what happens. I'm gonna play the game anyway, but
it's cool to see that they're bringing Adam back for it.
Yeah. Even though he looks like a freak.
It's kind of a hallmark of a good scrolling beat 'em up, that slamming thing that you talk about, Scott. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's the feedback. Yeah, when you hit someone, you feel it. Yeah.
Another good example would be like Renegade, when you can chuck someone over your shoulder off a cliff.
Yeah. When I think about like side-scrolling beat 'em ups, like the Punisher is one, not the Mega Drive, the arcade version, and every single hit just feels like it's like a mountain's being shook, and. You
seem to get that. Capcom were very good at all
Yeah.
But there are a lot of underrated ones. I tell you one of my favourites is Knights of the Round.
Oh, I love Knights of the Round.
That's really good.
Yeah, have you guys got the double pack? Because they re-released the Knights of the Round and what's the other one?
Dynasty Wars?
No. Oh yeah, they had the collection, didn't they? But they also released the double pack of the D&D beat 'em ups as well. Chronicles of Mystaria, that's it. And that is cool. If you want to play a really cool beat 'em up with like a bit of RPG, that is the best ones. Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Yes. Excellent.
AVP as well. I think was one of the best ones they did.
Oh, AVP
That's
was
so
good.
impactful.
Yeah. That was that wasn't bad, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Big, massive, big sprites on that, wasn't there?
Yeah, and it was a loud machine as well.
Yeah, that was like one of the first on like the new hardware, I think, wasn't it? The CPS2.
Yeah.
You could play as RD's son, isn't it? Is it Major Schaefer's son in AVP?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I'm not sure if it was officially, but yeah, it looks basically the same.
All right. Oh. Well, beat 'em ups are they're like a constant trope. There was a phase of like beat 'em ups not being very popular, though, wasn't there? I remember that, and like everyone falling out of love with them. And of course, it was the likes of things like Streets of Rage and
it's just very archaic. And then indie devs brought them all back with like the One Punch.
I think you started getting games like Castle Crashers and Scott Pilgrim and that started to really kind of change things and bring the sort of beat.
And I think it's Team 2-Bit used to made a lot of side scrollers as well. Because they gave me a load of their games a while back to review, and I never got around to it. Whoops.
Another one I used to love, and I think it was an MK that did it. I can't remember exactly, but it was POW, Prisoners of War.
That's good.
Yeah, it's SNK, yeah.
SNK, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was bloody hard. But
I played
it had a
Vendetta,
real good
yeah.
vibe to it.
I played Vendetta today for the first time in a while. That's a bloody good one. Konami.
Well, I recently played 1987 again, but it's been modded for dual stick gameplay. I tell you what, a lot of fun. It's so much more playable with 2 sticks rather than trying to jank with the one. It's just horrible. But yeah, if you can find, I can't remember where the site is, but there's a site where someone's modded like 1987 and Shock Troopers know how to be dual stick. A lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of retro remakes of old beat 'em ups, Ninja Gaiden again. Ninja Warriors again. That was a great.
Oh, that's an awesome SNES name.
No, the new one that come out.
Oh, there's a new one.
Yeah, they remade
A
it.
version of it in there, yeah.
Yeah, but they ain't got the screens for it. You need you need 3 monitors to really take advantage of it.
No, it's a sequel to that one we're talking about.
Yeah.
But no, Ninja Warriors again on the Switch, or Ninja Saviors they've had to call it for some reason.
It's the same logo, same lettering, but Ninja
because of the game show, Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
I was wondering why.
Yeah, so they had to rename it because of that. So it's a really good game. They got 2 extra characters, and one of them is so huge it takes up half the screen. Literally, yeah.
So basically, the Max Thunder of the group.
Yeah, literally, you're playing as a boss throughout the entire game. So yeah, you definitely check that out.
Right, you guys carry on talking about any upcoming exciting games. I'll be right back because I've got to do something quickly.
Oh, yeah. Have a wank.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Nova wank.
Go for a frothy one.
It's more than you, Scott.
All this talk about Brexit and it turning him on.
Oh, fuck
People just edit it out.
Bugs it.
Cut that.
Just while we're talking about beat 'em ups, and Scott mentioned he got it with his PS1. Was I the only one who didn't hate Fighting Force? Because I actually really liked it.
I don't mind Fighting Force. Fighting Force 2 can fuck off.
Yeah,
they do it. That's all guns, isn't it? Fighting Force 2.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I had that.
Fighting Force 1 was originally Streets of Rage 4.
Exactly. Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah. This is the weirdest thing. When I bought my Sega Dreamcast, I bought it brand new in the box, even though it got discontinued a week before, so nice and cheap. Cheers, Game Station.
You're always timely with all the purchasing decisions, aren't you?
Yeah, I know. And I brought it home, and this is true. I don't know why. I opened the box. It had no branding for Fighting Force 2, nothing. I opened the box, took all the stuff out, and it had 2 copies of Fighting Force in there, complete in box. Wow. I think they were just trying to get rid of them, so they just shoved them in Dreamcast boxes. God, that game was shit.
You know what's an awesome PS1 beam up? I just remembered. Gekido.
Yeah, I was playing it the other day.
that's
I
good.
never played that actually.
Me either.
Good. It's it's an Italian studio made it. No, it's a really cool. It's like proper like retro sort
they
of
bring
beat.
out a new one recently, Gekido's.
Yeah.
Well, there's one on Switch which is awful.
Yeah. Oh, never mind then.
I might be the same guys. I think they're still around. But yeah, the one on PS1, the original one, is good.
Yeah.
Really good, like old school but 3D.
Okay.
Beat 'em up.
Yeah.
I recommend that one.
Yeah. Same with
terrible
Panzer
remake.
Bandit as well. That's a good beat 'em up.
Well,
Yeah.
did you see the trailers for the new one? They were boasting at how terrible the original was. So they're going to make one that's even better. But someone's
Yeah.
gonna make one that's even
And the
worse.
second one's just as bad.
It's
Even though I
worse.
gave it a glowing
dear.
review when it came out, and I felt like such a chump afterwards.
Well, well, you can
It's like,
try.
yeah, it's really good. It's really good. And then I woke up like a week later, like, what the
You're like,
fuck?
what-
I gotta
what was
delete
I
this
thinking?
video.
Try all that money you made from it. So.
Yeah, that 15 pence, you know. Yeah.
Wow.
So take the integrity right in the toilet.
It's the old thing about you trying to convince yourself it's good, like Phantom Menace when it first came out. Everybody how great it was.
I love trade sanctions.
Yeah,
I love this
trade
film.
embargoes. Excellent.
Yeah.
All the kids will love trade embargoes.
And the kids are like, where's the lightsabers? Yeah, fucking stupid.
It made some damn good memes though. You can't argue with that.
Oh, yeah.
What the prequel's terrible. Disney says, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Anyone seen the latest yet?
Yeah.
No,
No.
Nope.
I'm watching it on Friday.
I'm not watching Star Wars again after working in the cinema for 5 years and listening to 45-year-old cunts act like fucking 8-year-olds because they can't get their fucking chair. They can't get their VIP seats. What do you mean? I've been waiting for this all year. You're ruining my childhood, mate. Your childhood was 25 years ago. Fucking do one.
So you come on.
It's all right now. I don't fucking work there anymore. So, God, yeah. If you love any movies or franchises and all that, don't work in a fucking environment where people will piss and moan about shit like that. It will just completely kill your enthusiasm.
God. Imagine.
Oliver Harper used to do that. Yeah. So he left.
No. So, how about that weather? Cut that.
He's completely gone now, the old Nova Bug.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's
He's got his balls in his hand right now. He's
no,
fucking
it's-
shuffling like a bloody sailor.
Should be on his vinegar strokes by now.
How do you like Resident Evil 6? Because it's a good game, you idiot.
never played it. Last one I played was 5.
Oh, you should play 7. That's good.
Yeah, I've heard good things about them. I just haven't got around to playing them yet.
Especially
Play it in VR.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
always. Yeah.
When
I think-
I don't have VR capability, but
You don't?
no, God, no,
You
my
never got
PC's
into
a bit.
VR then?
No, my PC's not good enough.
Oh, well, you get a PlayStation one then.
Yeah, but I haven't turned on my PS4 in like over a year.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
Well,
and I
fair
don't.
enough.
Me neither.
No.
I turned it on to download Detroit and I've not even touched it. It's been sat there collecting dust since.
Money well spent. Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
I didn't get into the PS4. I think maybe a Switch might be the way to go if I want to get into something new that seems a bit more pick up and play. I can't stand waiting hours to actually play a game after I get it.
So you only play old games then? You don't play any new stuff?
I play stuff on PC, but most of the new stuff I play is like more indie, and not necessarily like from current year. Like if I had to pick like my game of the year, like of things that I played, and trying to keep it relatively new, it'd have to be Downwell, which is probably the best £2 I've ever spent.
Yeah, fair enough.
I got was it Special Reserve did the Downwell physical copy on Switch, and it came with one of them free flip grips. You seen them?
Oh yeah.
So it kind of flips it vertical
You
for
can,
the
yeah,
vertical
that's cool.
shooters.
Yeah.
And I wanted to buy one anyway, but it was going to work out about $30 to get one of them on their own, like with shipping and everything over here. And I ended up getting that Downwell for like $25 with a flip grip. So
Nice.
no brainer.
Yeah, I think my Downwell addiction started a couple of years ago, where I played it for like 3 months straight on PC, to the point where it's just you could play it with, like, my eyes shut. It was it got to the point where like I need
eventually. Yeah. It took me a long time to actually complete it, but the satisfaction.
I can't play with a controller though. I got to play it with a keyboard because it's just I don't know. It's just the response time.
Yeah, I've got to a stage now. I play so much stuff with a controller. I find it hard to do stuff with keyboard or especially mouse and keyboard. It's like I'm really struggling with doing these Amstrad games lately because WinApe seems to hate my controller.
Oh no!
It's like, God damn it! I want to play on a controller. You say it says joystick enabled. Why can't I play it with my controller?
What controller are you playing it with?
Oh, just an Xbox One controller.
I was gonna say, yeah, I've heard that WinApe has a few problems with like Xbox and PlayStation controllers. So, have you got like a shitty USB joypad thing you could use, or
somewhere I think, but yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Speaking of modern games, Larry, you still playing H1Z1, mate?
Not really, because the new update for the PS4 version gives me this really shitty map. It looks like it's been built by a 4-year-old.
Oh no! I really wanted to check out that map, and is it really bad then?
Well, I played it a couple of times, and it wasn't very fun.
Oh, sorry, dude. We've been meaning to like duo up at times, haven't we, Larry?
Yeah.
But never managed to be in the same place.
Aren't there new battle bits? Aren't there like new stuff that people play? I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, like Apex Legends was like the big battle royale this year on PC, and I do play that a lot. That's the only modern game I probably actually play.
I play
to some extent.
PUBG with Oliver Harper on Xbox Live quite a bit.
Neither of you got into Fortnite then.
Oh God, no! Sorry.
I hate all the building shit in it. It just drives me nuts.
Yeah, same. I just want to shoot things, you know, not like build bloody fortresses and crap like that. My 12-year-old, he loves it, but not me. Not for me. Yeah. Oh, Novabug's back. Is he?
Oh, is it?
Back for a while.
I've really just noticed. Sorry, mate.
You're looking a bit drained.
You'll be talking about how much we hate you.
What you've been saying?
Is he a bit out of breath?
Yeah. Yeah,
it's got a bit of
my pictures of Nigel and Boris. The same. look, you can't diss a man that can survive a plane crash. There you go. Anyway,
about a political avalanche.
Well, you guys brought it up. I was listening. Anyway, we've been enjoying yourself at my expense. Lovely.
You're going to have a fun time editing this, by the way. So.
Cut that.
No, he's just going to cut Scott out completely. It's the easiest thing to do. Did someone mention Fortnite or something?
Yeah.
Yes, we can blame Kim for that.
Fuck that game.
Kinda.
I fucking already played it.
The fad that should never have been. Oh God. My girls are into Minecraft still, like really big into Minecraft. So
I just don't have patience for that shit. You cut a tree down with a fat of your hand, you build a fort, I'm bored, log off, never play again.
Yeah,
that's as far as it goes.
I had about an hour of it on the Wii U. That's how much I've done on Minecraft. And okay, next.
No, never touched it. Never actually touched it. It does not appeal to me.
I was doing a video a couple of years ago, me building a scale replica of my local Woolworths.
And it came collapsing down.
Yeah.
The Wimpy's still standing.
How's the Macklin doing?
As the BHS.
Can make all those broadband adapters with a fucking redstone.
A scale replica of my local
hello. Hold the phone. We have another person coming in.
Ooh.
Okay, you have the whole conversation for that?
Yeah, well, I'll set you up.
It's
Here he is, Mr. Slopes.
There we go.
Hey!
Hello.
Turn your mic on, you bellend.
Dan, can you hear me? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Hello?
Yeah, you'll miss most of the conversation, so you have to go right back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Dan, your mic's off.
You got to turn your mic on, mate.
Turn your mic on, you twat!
Professional YouTuber here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, someone
is he
who's
going-
should be
You're
into this.
muting
He
Shit.
should
Yeah,
be cleared up to this.
Dan,
Still
yeah.
yeah, I know.
Oh, there's a bit at the
There
bottom
we
that
go.
says your mic's
Yeah.
off.
I thought you
If
got
only
one of
someone
those-
told me.
That must have been one of those Kickstarter mics.
There you go. How are we all doing, guys?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
then?
good, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, very good, very good. I've got to say, you guys have been on here, what, like an hour? It's Christmas Day, as we all know. That,
Yeah.
you're a bit
Oh, yeah.
bastards to your families, aren't you? You know, like, you know, it's the
Waiting
day of celebration. We're all in here talking, well, crap about me not having my microphone on.
That's all right.
Priorities, mate.
You're all
Priorities.
there to sort of
Humbug.
figure out talking crap about
Yeah,
you in
humbug.
general, really. But
Ah! Funny
I miss my
man.
nephews playing FIFA. Well, big deal.
There we go. So, what have I missed? What have I missed?
Well, Pete
Riveting
had his,
stuff. I
Pete
hope.
had his Christmas dinner in about 10 minutes.
about
Oh, was
30
he?
minutes, 30 minutes
Yes.
no, we're talking about
Counts.
Brexit.
No, I
Yeah.
was not. I was not. You did, Mr. Bundy Jr.
Pete's gonna have some lettuce and I don't know, carrots and say, "There's my Christmas dinner."
Oh,
Those jokes are all done already, mate. Don't worry.
Oh, for
yeah. Yeah. We've got the vegan and the Brexit jokes out of the way first.
right.
Exercise the
I see.
demons.
Ah, okay,
How was
that's
your
cool.
Christmas
That's
dinner,
cool.
Dan? How was your Christmas dinner, Dan?
I've just been stuffing my face with chocolates. Even
Excellent.
if this wasn't Christmas Day, let's pretend that it isn't. But yeah, I've been stuffing my face with double chocolate fingers. So it's white chocolate with brown chocolate on the top. Oh, no racism with my chocolate fingers.
Yes. By diverse Cadbury.
I was going to say, yeah, you believe in this chocolate diversity.
Very inclusive.
Hang on a minute. Did you include the Caramac?
No, I didn't. No.
Right. No.
no,
The white
no,
crowd
no.
are on you now.
Disgusting.
Choco racist.
You're
You
cancelled.
can get Caramac buttons now. You know the way they do like
Yeah, you
chocolate buttons,
can.
like really, really big fat ones. It's too
Yeah,
much
yeah.
Caramac. It's too much Caramac because they got the right amount of Caramac in a bar of Caramac. It's the same with cream eggs. That's
Yeah,
the
'cause
right
it's-
amount of
Yeah,
cream eggs. But when you get those
anymore,
mini
you're gonna-
ones,
Because
Ugh.
They don't-
Caramac is really rich.
yeah.
And
The only
much
time you
too.
can eat Caramac buttons is probably when you're stoned. That's the only other time you can do that.
It's like a normal Kit Kat's better than a one of those big Kit Kat chunkies, you know.
Yeah.
Stop fucking up the chocolate bars. They're already sorted.
Yeah, the chocolate
Stop
biscuit
getting
ratio.
chocolate one.
It's like the Reese's chocolate, the Reese's peanut butter cups. They're way too rich. Way too
Oh, I
rich.
don't mind them.
I like
Put
it.
them
I
in
like
my
them.
mouth.
They are rich.
What the fuck's your problem, Chris? They're right. They're perfect.
No, they're not.
This is where Larry makes a stand.
Disgusting. Yeah,
Oh, I know what he's doing here. I know exactly. What,
Light mayonnaise isn't real mayonnaise.
yeah,
I
okay,
know what he's doing.
I can
He's
tolerate your
appealing-
pro-Tory rants or thing, but if
He's
you're going to
appealing.
badmouth
He's appealing to his American audience. That's what he's doing here. He's like, "Oh, if I say something about Reese's that's wrong, the Americans are going to turn me off.
He's probably sponsored by him now.
Yeah.
Dollar Shave Club. Then
Use the code
Reese's.
Guru Larry for 5% off.
Sponsored by Bernie Sanders.
Fuck off.
As we're talking about the old ratios of audience, I've got to say I hit a bit of a landmark, whatever. But basically, I've had more.
Brag about it.
I've had more
Is it a
female
landslide?
landslide. I've hit a landslide. No, my female audience has normally been around the 5-6%. I think I hit 7 once. I'm 15% female.
Wow,
market watching my
that's
stuff.
50% more than I ever have.
So what's that? What have you,
Like a
what have you
fucking
done?
sausage fest.
Ladies?
It's the kick scammer stuff that brings them in. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah. No,
You haven't started stripping or anything.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
no, I don't want to lose all of my male audience.
I love it when he says it's the kickster. It's the kick scammer stuff that brings them in. He brings the ladies in.
Former Q ladies, I'll tell you about some really nasty men.
You come into Slope's game room, ladies.
Are you sure it's
show
not
you
your
some people that
milkshake
treat you
brings him
wrong.
in, Dan?
Say that again, mate.
I said, are you sure it's not your milkshake brings him?
Hey, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, so I was quite excited when I saw that. 15.5, if I'm going to be precise.
Wow.
Now, what they came to see a.
No woman I've ever met has ever came. Ever.
Good one. Well done.
And that's why I'm married.
Oh, they must have been a bit excited when you slipped off that stage.
Slippery slope that was.
Yeah.
I need to start putting that in like at the end of like all my videos. I think
You do.
I think I do. I need to find the high quality original of that. I'll get hold
try
of
and get
that.
a simply vote.
You should have sent it into. You know what you should have done. You should have sent it into Harry Hill.
I was reminiscing on that. I was in like this weird headspace because I was in like presentation mode. So I was a bit like fravelly and I was like throwing my arms around. I was jumping up on stage, jumping back down, all that sort of thing. And I remember falling down and just think, and for like that quarter of a second, half a second, I was like, I'm not going to stop this. And I'm just like, and I just looked like a sack of potatoes. Like,
I honestly thought you broke your leg that day.
Yeah, I thought, oh my.
It was pretty
I
gnarly.
honestly thought he knocked himself out.
Yeah.
Because
there was a
you
horrible
hit the
second
ground, and when you hit the ground, you sort of didn't move for 2 seconds.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it was weird.
Honestly, I was about to leap out of my seat because Top Hat stood up, looked over. Pete turned around, gobsmacked. I was about to stand up and go, "Shit, Danny, you all right?" And you jumped up back on your feet.
I tell you what, like different places I've been around the world, when someone like drops something in like a restaurant or something like that, there's not it's silence. But like, oh dear. But in the UK, it's like, "Hooray!" And I'll tell you what, like, fucking props to the retro gaming community because I think everyone was sort of in that space. Definitely the people on the stage were all like, "Oh shit, is he okay?" And then instantly, as soon as they realised I was, then the piss taking can start. So fucking fair play to the retro gaming community. A nice bunch of people. 15% of them are women as well.
Did it all go slow motion when you fell down as well?
It felt like it, yeah.
It was a happy accident. You could
Happy Accident is my middle name, honestly.
I forgot my childhood.
Well, that was a stealth joke.
I forgot.
Now Slopes is here. We'll ask him the question I asked earlier, which was what was your, apart from, well, that was last year, wasn't it, the slip? What was your what's your best gaming memory of this year?
Xenocrisis blew me away. Like, I was really shocked at just how good that was. I think it'd be hard for me to say that, like the Mega Drive is my favorite system of all time and then not put that right up there because that's one of the best games for the system now. I think, even though it's only earlier. So Xenocrisis, what else have I played this year that was like really, really, really fucking good? I have to think about it and get back to you. I mean, Team Sonic Racing, I've had quite a lot of fun with that. I played Toe Jam and L a hell of a lot. The new Toe Jam and L, I really enjoyed that game. That was this year, wasn't it? Yeah, that's this year.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
A little bit, not disappointed, but I wanted a bit more from Luigi's Mansion 3.
What did you think of the Virtua Racer?
Oh, that was beautiful. That was stunning. Yeah, that was really nice. That was cool. All the Sega Ages games are really, really, really good, actually. I haven't played the new Columns, but I mean, Columns 2, they're not going to fuck that up, are they? But
well, you say that.
We shall see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was good. It was all good. I tell you what was actually surprisingly really quite cool was the new Choo Choo Rocket, even though I can't play it because I'm definitely not going to buy a fucking Apple product to be able to play it. But I really enjoyed the new Choo Choo Rocket. But the very brief amount of time I played that. I played a hell of a lot. I don't think the game came out this year, but it came out this year on the Switch. I've played so much Death Road to Canada. Like,
I love that game.
That is really good. Have you ever made it to Canada?
No, because it's hard as shit. No, I bought it on Steam years ago.
Goes to shit.
Yeah, it's hard as hell.
So for people that don't know that game, it's kind of a mix between like a top-down shooter, but it's a bit more like you got to be a bit more clever. You got to like don't wear down your people, make sure you get the right weapon when you're just beating the shit out of zombies. But then it turns into like a text adventure, like between the days it says to you like you meet a group of like people. Do you want to recruit them? You might recruit them. Might be amazing. Might be a bit of a murderer. You know, it's really fucking good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I don't know what else really. I don't know what else. Yeah, I mean, there's a few there for you. They're the ones that are sticking out for me at the moment.
One thing I've heard though through tonight's thing, not a lot of mentions of Shenmue 3.
I know.
Mine's still sealed. I haven't even opened it.
I've played it for about 2 hours, and that was enough for me.
Is that a bit underwhelming? Then?
What's wrong with it?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't. You know what? I think it's gamers getting what they asked for. If I'm honest.
Yeah.
You know, like it's definitely gameplay wise. You know, storyline aside, it's definitely better than 1 and 2. Like I think. And yet people seem to love 1 and 2, not seem to like this, and yet it's the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's if you look in like the frame of the 2 games before this one, especially if you play, because I played 1 and reviewed it. I didn't review 2 in the end, but I played 1, 2, and then 3 afterwards. 3's great. It's got all the stuff that is, you know, Shenmue, but it just felt very soulless. It just felt a bit flat, you know. Maybe because I played 2 fucking Shenmue games before that one, probably didn't help. But it just felt very just like.
Is it because
it needed something?
Is it because it's created out of reason, not out of passion?
Yeah, I would say so. And
I tell you what, the big question is:
isn't it also a thing like? I mean, I've never played Shenmue, but a lot of people seem to say like. It doesn't have much of a reason to exist when there's so many Yakuza games that kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, because Yakuza completely supersedes Shenmue.
People always say that like Yakuza and Shenmue are the same, but I only think people think that they're the same is because they're both made by Sega. If fucking EA made Yakuza or some other company made Yakuza, people wouldn't think that they're the same game. They're similar. I just think it's because Sega did Shenmue and then Sega did Yakuza. I do see them as
I think maybe because it's more of an edgy sort of thing with the Yakuza games because they had that sort of like nightlife, seedy, like coolness to it. Probably appealed to a wider audience than Shenmue did because you know Shenmue's more of a slice of life anime rather than a game. Yeah, I think that's how Yakuza seems to resonate more than Shenmue.
Shenmue started as Virtua Fighter RPG, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
and I think just maybe it's something about the combat that people kind of think it's the spiritual successor to Shenmue, or I don't know.
No, okay. I don't know. Like Shenmue's just one of those games that when it came out, it blew people away. It was like the best thing.
It broke a lot of ground.
I mean, technically, that's the same as when you first saw a Mega CD. It was just like, wow. But when they try and release like a new game like a Mega CD game nowadays, it's a bit like, oh, come on. And I just feel like that's a little bit of what we got going on here with Shenmue. Like,
you don't get breakout games though, do you anymore? Because we're living in an age where breakout games are very few and far between, if at all, because you're not stepping up that level on, you know, like when you went from 8-bit to 16-bit, it was mind-blowing. You went from 16-bit to 32-bit, again, mind-blowing. You know, things just
I don't think the jump between the 360 and like the PS4 era has been like, whoa.
Well, you could argue you could blur, say we take Sony, you could blur the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4 and onwards.
Yeah, you could.
You know, it doesn't have that great big jump
but I see that as a good thing because most of the time when a new system comes out like the PS1 and all these games are like, look at how incredible, I don't know, like jumping flashes or loaded, like look how incredible games are. But when you go back and play them now, you're a bit like, ooh. At least nowadays people aren't just, I mean, obviously, you know, they've got to push those graphics when games first come out, but they've actually got to be long-lasting games as well. So I mean, I look at this generation on my PS4 shelf. I mean, I'm looking at things like I don't know, like Uncharted 4. I mean, that was like a legendary game. Red Dead Redemption 2. You know, like there are games definitely.
Creatively, they are, but on a technical level, they're not, are they?
Red Dead 2 is rubbish, I thought.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I haven't actually played it yet. I'm just going by reviews. But
Red Dead 2, it seems like a game I would have loved like about 10 years ago.
Yeah, it honestly, if it was 10 years, if it came out 10 years ago, I probably would have said the same.
But
But now it's just like it's so played out. That
come out 10
GTA
years
formula
ago.
is so played out.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in that, because Red Dead 1 didn't quite have like, oh wow, it's amazing. You've got to do literally everything. Like you've got to cook all your meals and I don't know.
It's like The Sims.
What the fuck else happened?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like it being so like realistic sort of thing. And nowadays I look at that, I think that doesn't appeal to me as much as it would have done, 2010.
I tell you what, you bring up a very interesting point there, because about games that age. Do they age well, do they not? You can't really... It's not fair to sort of categorize classic games in today's technology, as we all, I'm sure, would agree. But it's
no. I mean, I think the indie scene still pushes that. You look at things like Binding of Isaac, that game will still be brilliant in 20 years' time, I think.
Hotline Miami, that'll still be good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there are.
loads
I mean,
of
you
things
can't put Nintendo into the equation because people still spooge all over fucking Super Mario 64 and Mario.
I mean, like
Kart 64 and stuff.
Well,
something like
I put that argument to Mario World. It's still fantastic.
What, the Wii U one?
No, the SNES original.
Oh,
one.
right. Sorry. Okay.
Mario World.
I mean, yeah, something like Cuphead will never age, really.
No.
By
I mean,
design.
it came out aged, and that was a good thing. It's like-
Yeah.
that's one of my games of the last of this generation.
I
Without
think it all depends on how you judge the game, isn't it? I mean, longevity, graphics are always superficial for me. I don't know about for you guys, but graphics are part of it, but they're always superficial. And a lot of sort of, new gamers or superficial gamers will always judge a game on graphics, and you really shouldn't do that. You should judge it on its entire depth of everything.
without a doubt, definitely. I mean, it does work the other way as well. I mean, like I look at something like Super Metroid. I mean, I didn't play Super Metroid in the day, but I imagine myself playing Super Metroid back in the day and thinking to myself, like, how good would a 2D Super Metroid game be like in the future, like a Metroidvania game? And I look at, I always bang on about it, Ori and the Blind Forest, and I think that is the best looking game of that genre. Like, and I know you say it every generation. I don't think games could ever look better than that needs to be. It's the same with Cuphead,
Exactly. Two games that stand out for me will be on the SNES and the Amstrad, obviously, but we mentioned it earlier. Chase HQ on the Amstrad just still is like, wow, how the hell did they do this kind of thing back in the day? It was so good. And then you look at one of my favourites on the SNES is Super Castlevania 4. It's just perfect.
Beautiful game.
Amazing.
Really fun game that is.
Well,
Cannot make that any better.
I'll just have a look at The Godfather on the Amiga. That is absolutely astounding, the graphics quality.
Well, some people say Monkey Island, of course, on the Amiga as well.
The old George Lucas games, they were just stunning to look at, weren't they?
One of my favourites on the PC, and I think Scott will agree with this, is TIE Fighter.
Amazing. Yeah, I love TIE Fighter.
Incredible game that was.
It's a crime that they haven't brought that series back.
I don't want them to, because the original TIE Fighter... I'd love them to bring the original TIE Fighter as it was and to be playable, fully now, without having to hack, and do shells and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that it was just I spent hours playing TIE Fighter.
You can get it on GOG or
you can, and also the Fanport as well, which supports HOTAS joysticks, the modern HOTAS joysticks, and that's awesome.
It doesn't need to be changed. It doesn't need to be updated. It doesn't need to have all flashy graphics. It was just brilliant as it was.
Yeah,
it's a great game. The best Star Wars game still for me, for sure.
I think that's the same with a lot of games, though, isn't it? I mean, early games in series can sometimes be the best version because of what they keep adding. And if you look at things like Command and Conquer or Sims and all these games, like the original Sims, I still think is the best series of Sims because they don't start over complicating it with having to look after different.
Well, I think stuff like Theme Park, the sequel to that was worse because they took stuff out to simplify.
I think not necessarily most popular is probably around these parts, but Call of Duty never beat Call of Duty 4. The first Modern Warfare, especially
even though they try to go back every single time and we want to be like Call of Duty 4 again. It's like just don't bother, just do something else.
Just forget it. because you're not doing it because as soon like from the next one onwards, it just started adding too much. It was fine the way it was.
Yeah.
The really cool thing is, I think we're at an age now where people, where game companies are realizing that actually the original style is actually the best. I mean, you got things like like I say, Sonic Mania came out and just fucking blew everyone away. I mean, we were talking a couple of years ago now, but I mean, I already said Toe Jam and L. That game wouldn't have come out 5 to 10 years ago because everyone's like, oh, everything has to be pushed 3D graphics, everything has to go in a different angle, like.
Well, that always happens, really. It's like every new system, like, oh, you got to push the newest tech, but then 4 or 5 years come around or 10 years come around, and the best games that rise up are always the ones that are never pushing anything. They just want to make a good game.
Absolutely.
It's the gameplay that should shine through. I mean, I'll give you another great example. Is Quake 2.
I didn't like Quake 2.
Quake 2.
I hate Quake 2.
I mean,
That's my head.
I
love the first one.
Into my PC gaming at that point, but yeah, there you go.
I'm back in a sec. Hold on.
All right.
I do like paying full price games as well for games that like only 5 to 10 years ago people would have scoffed at. I mean, I'm looking like the new Wonder Boy. Sorry, Monster Land game. Is it Monster Land for the Monster Boy? Sorry, for the Switch. Like that's a fucking incredible game, but that's a full price game. And if you just 5 to 10 years ago, me would have looked at that like, really, this is a 40 quid game, this should be a 10. Because the way it looks, like I'm really glad that people are starting to accept that just because a game looks like a 2D game and it doesn't look like, you say, like Red Dead Redemption 2 or something, then it's still going to be a quality game.
Well, Quake. Someone mentioned Quake, and that reminded me. One game I really enjoyed this year was Iron Fury, which was called Iron Maiden, which is basically
it was
the Duke Nukem engine, right? The original Duke Nukem engine, the 3D engine build. That's it, but modern game on top of it. So it was the same kind of graphic style, just upgraded to 1080p. But it had all the fun and the enjoyment I had from Duke Nukem 3D back in 1996, I think it was, or 97. So I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really, really good.
Yeah, I got when Blood was re-released, I kind of lost myself for a few weeks playing it as well. If you haven't played that yet, play it.
I haven't.
Great.
No.
Blood is great.
Is that a straight remake, or is it using the same engine?
It's basically just a modern port. Using the same engine as Iron Fury. It's just the modern version of Build Engine. It's a great game. It's basically every horror trope you could think of in the last 30 years compressed into a game. It's great.
Is that a homebrew thing, or is that something you could buy on Steam?
No. That was one of the first games Monolith made.
No,
actually tell a lie. 3D Realms built it. They sort of nearly finished it, but they moved it onto Monolith, and that's
the remake. Is it,
no, it's you can get it on like Steam and GOG and all that. Yeah, it's Blood. I can't remember what the tagline is, but just find it on there. Yeah,
all right,
great game.
There you go.
What
about because I've already got one for this, but what about ports and like remakes or whatever, HD versions of games that just didn't fucking need to happen? Has anyone got anything on there where
yes, I do.
I played the new Monkey Ball.
That was my suggestion. That was going to be
it's like, I love playing Monkey Ball. I'll buy this on Steam, 30 frames a second. Why? I could play that on the GameCube, and it's a lot smoother.
More issues with it.
What the fuck?
Why didn't they release Monkey Ball Deluxe HD?
Yeah, that's the best one. That would have been the best one. But they've gone for that new art style now, haven't they? So
trying to release Bulletstorm again for full price was
bullshit. Yeah. That's complete bullshit. Oh yeah, and putting Duke Nukem as well. Like, we really care right now after Duke Nukem Forever. He's considered non grata right now.
Not even bothering to like sync up his speech.
No. Like by then, Duke Nukem was just excommunicated. So it's like, why have him in there?
God.
My issue with that Monkey Ball game, I mean, that was originally a motion controlled game for the Wii. Therefore, all of the tracks were easier, and then they took the motion controls out. Even though the Switch can do that, obviously, this is an even more technically advanced Wiimote, essentially. Don't get me wrong, I still prefer playing it with a controller, but why take out that option? It was really strange. So you could whiz through like 5 of the 7 wells like in an evening. Like, it was so easy. And then there was 40 minigames. Most of them used motion controls, but then they only added 10 because they removed all the motion control ones. And it was just like, why did they do this? Why did they do this? It was so bizarre. What they should have done is, like Larry said with the deluxe thing, is if they were going to keep that new art style, they should have just crammed together all of the levels, or the majority of the levels from like the 3DS version, the Vita version, like you know, because then you would have had a deluxe of the new style of Monkey.
Yeah. I just felt it was just, even though it's semi cheap on Steam, it's like 15 quid. I just felt like I could have probably waited for a sale and bought it for the price of a sandwich, and it probably would have been a little bit better. But right now, it's just like 30 frames a second cap, most of this content cut. Why did I spend this money? Straight away got a Steam refund. I was like, yeah, fuck this.
Did you really?
30 frames per second on a port of like a 13-year-old game.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That reminds me, actually, my favourite game of all time, guys, is Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening on the Game Boy.
Hell
And it got remade on the Switch. Now, I don't own a Switch, but I have heard it's had some issues of frame rates, and it's got a new graphical style. So, has anyone played it here? What do they think?
Yeah, I played through most of it.
I played the whole thing as well.
I mean, I played it in handheld, so I didn't notice anything. I didn't implement that one into my TV at all.
There was a little bit, but like nothing that anyone's going to care about slowdown wise. I mean, how fussy are you? You know.
Yeah, especially for an RPG.
Yeah.
What about the new graphical look for it? And new graphical style? They've gone for a...
I prefer the original, but only because the original is, like you, one of my favourite games of all time, and I love the sort of art style on the Game Boy. But I thought they did very well with it. It's like a 2.5D kind of whatever you call it, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's quite nice. Yeah, I kind of prefer the original, but I tell you the best thing about it is that on the Game Boy you only had 2 buttons, so you had to map your sword, and then
that was annoying. Yeah.
So you can have you can't have if you have your sword and shield, you can't equip any items. So on this one, because you've got more buttons on the Switch, there's actually a sword button. One of the right shoulder button is your shield, so they're always equipped, and then you can map like 2 other items as well, and then you've got jump. So it's like properly. That's really handy to having all that.
I mean, that was the only flaw I could think of in the original game. Otherwise, it would have been perfect. But does that make it too easy now? Or
that was like the old Legend of Zelda, like the first one. It was always so annoying going to the menu screen to great. I need to switch the bow now. I need to switch to the hook shot. I need to.
I wouldn't say it makes it easy. It's just that it's less hassle. You know.
This was just another example of me trying to buy a Zelda game to see if I'll get into it, and I didn't finish it. I was like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a weirdo for Zelda games. The only one I really got obsessed with was Wind Waker, the Wii U version. It's like every other Zelda I try to get into, I play for a couple of hours and just get bored. But Wind Waker was just like a month long, just hardcore, nothing but that game. It was weird.
I played for the
Hey, it's like somewhere. Sorry.
It shows you the art style of the.
That's cool.
Yeah. But again, it's a kid.
Yeah.
Wicked, I've got a still case. I will never use that. Let's put that nicely back in the box.
I played through the first one for the very first time this year and actually really enjoyed it.
There you go. It's just I can't get into them.
Well, I'm the same. I never got into any other Zelda game. But...
Yeah, I've never been big on the series. I mean, the only other one, aside from that one, I've played extensively is Link to the Past, like pretty much everyone else.
Yeah.
Which is obviously great.
That was all right.
You're
for the Game Boy one.
Link Between Worlds, then? The sequel?
That was all right.
Not played it. Don't know it.
I've tried so many times to get
I only played it.
Of time, and I can't do it.
I played it. It came with my system, and I played it for about 2 hours. And thought, oh no, I got a copy of Bravely Default. I'll stick that in. That was it. Then just played that instead.
I did a video once, and I didn't say Ocarina of Time was shit.
Once,
I just once.
Oh, I remember that.
I did a video.
And, that's why you're here.
I didn't say Ocarina of Time was shit. I just said it wasn't my Okra of Time or whatever Okra of Time. Yeah.
I remember that.
The vegan version of Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. And I didn't say it was shit. I just said it wasn't my cup of tea. And the amount of like American fanboys in the comments are like, "Oh, this guy's opinions means nothing." Just like wet crying and.
When me and you when me and Yukin went to that like anime convention thing in London, when I was up on stage, someone said like, "What's the most overrated game in the world?" I went, "Ocarina of Time," and everyone was like, "Ooh."
Something's you just started all right with like the 6 people who had made it to that thing.
Yeah, the 6 people there playing on dance mats so no one can hear us.
Speaking about bad things. Okay, right. So we're going to wind this up soon. So everyone, I want you to answer this, and we'll go. I'll pick you all randomly again. Your worst Christmas present ever, not just gaming related, but ever. The worst Christmas present you ever received. And you can name and shame if you want, but please tell me details of this turgid present. And we'll go with Scott's Game Asylum first.
Okay. Cut a long story short, I had an auntie who used to do a lot of acid. And she had
it's good so far.
She had
it was a pouch of acid, wasn't it?
No. It was the time I knew her, this is like early 90s, she already had the eternal come up. She went up and she never went down. So when I knew her, she was a space cadet basically. And and one Christmas, I don't know why. I get a present from her. I'm like, oh yeah, thank you. So go on, open it. So I had to open it in front of her. It was a fucking shoe rack. I was like 7 years old at the time. I was like, I probably have 2 pairs of shoes in my whole life. Like, what? I didn't know what it was. And my mum's looking at it and she's trying not to fucking laugh. And I sort of looked at her like, what is it? It's like, oh, it's a shoe rack. Like, oh, thank you, Auntie. What? It was, I don't know. It was probably the worst present I ever had. Don't do drugs.
Yeah,
I'm struggling between 2. My wife got me a t-shirt.
Oh, he's implicated the missus already.
Oh, here we go.
I don't think it was. I can't remember if it was for Christmas or. She got me a T-shirt once, and you know me, I'm like a baggy T-shirt guy, but it was like really fucking skinny. It was like cut there, so it was like all your arms were out, and then the collar just went like that.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, what is that? That is all my hairy chest hanging out.
There was that. Runs out.
But then also, my nan used to do this thing where the tree would get us a present. As a kid, it's like funny, you know.
My mum used to do the tree present.
Yeah, she wrapped up a present. It wasn't like a joke thing. Like she generally thought these presents were good, and I suppose back in the day they were. As I got older, they started getting a bit more weirder as she got a bit, I don't know, senile, I suppose. But like there was like one year she got me a little laser pen, so that was quite cool. That was fine. But then one year, and then you have to say thank you, tree. You know.
Like some sort of Silent Hill
go up
shit.
and hug the tree after as well.
like a proper swampy. Thank you, tree.
But then when I just started like realizing, I wasn't that old. I was like 16 or something, you know. Like, and she got me a wrench, or the tree got me a wrench. I think it was a
Here's a mole wrench.
What's the
enough duck, I'm sorry.
And what's like basically a massive Allen key that you use to get the bolts off your tires and you know what I'm on about?
Yeah,
I
know what you're talking.
It's called a socket wrench.
Socket wrench or Stilson wrench?
A fucking socket wrench.
Socket wrench. It was literally wrapped up, so it was like the perfect shape of a socket wrench. And I'm like, looking at it, it's like, this looks like it's probably like I knew what it was. I didn't know what it meant, but like a socket wrench. Like, undone it, and I'm like, thank you so much, Nan. Don't thank me. Thank the tree. Like, thank you, tree. Like,
you got thank you, tree. You got a fucking screw loose. Now I can tighten the bastard.
You wouldn't have a screw loose because you'd be able to do it up with the wrench.
Exactly.
But I mean, I can't say that's a bad present because she would actually get me like I don't know, probably money or something from her. But the tree always gave weird presents.
The tree never gave you money.
Best of both worlds.
Kim?
I would say, to be honest, this kind of was more something of my own doing. There was a time, like quite a while ago, I kind of had. It was a long time, way back when. I was kind of was trying to be like a bit of a wine ponce.
Oh no!
Like, ooh, I'm drinking wine.
What? You're not anymore.
No, I can't stand the stuff. So one Christmas, I ended up getting like things like a. Was it a wine cooler? It was some weird wine opener, bottle opener.
wine rack, and you got a shoe rack and a wine rack.
No, I didn't get a wine rack. And other sort of like some Ponzi wine book written by some twat. All these things, I mean, because I was like into it at the time, and then like literally it all lasted like about 10 minutes, and then afterwards I was like, what was I thinking? What is this? I don't even like this stuff. This all tastes the same to me. And I got my head screwed back on, and
it's Thunderbirds.
It never got used again.
So you didn't get the old make your own wine bag you used to get in those fucking catalogues and shit.
Heavens,
my brother got one of them.
I didn't go that far.
My brother got one of them.
Wine. Remember that? A box of wine.
Yeah.
Alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Larry,
Hello.
your worst present?
Oh, okay. Well, it's not anything from
You weren't paying
relatives.
attention
It's stuff for the post, really. It's just like I got a box of tampons once.
Useful.
What?
I don't.
Why?
I have no idea.
Go
Well,
on.
they're free samples for Christmas. A Christmas present for this company. And it's addressed to Lorena Bundy. So yeah.
Lorena Bundy.
So yeah. So they got a. So I got a box of tampons for Christmas.
That's obviously a troll present.
Okay.
And what do you use them for?
Christmas mice.
Hanging them from the tree.
They're great if you
A drink called the cranberry juice.
They're great if you got the shits. But...
Oh god.
When I was at school, there was everyone hated our French teacher, and whenever we were good, she'd open her little tin and give us a present. But we all knew what one of the kids had done. They'd put a ketchup covered tampon in a sweet jar. So there's one day we were all shit, but this one day we were all so good, and she was just so happy. You guys have all been so good today. Everyone gets a sweet. I took it out. Woo! I went mental. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm like 37, and that's still like, I'm still so happy with that. I'm proud. Like, ruined that woman's life. Yeah, good times.
Love
not for her, but
No, not for her. She probably had a nervous breakdown, didn't
Yeah.
I got
come
given,
on my sweet jar.
tell the most random present I got was I opened it. I was like, really? Is this? So my brother-in-law decides to get me a second-hand disco ball. You know, a mirror ball.
Yeah.
Half of the mirrors on it were broken in the first place. And he says, "Oh look, I know you're doing your loft up, aren't you? This is like 3 years ago. So you're doing your loft up, aren't you, for like a set?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, you can put this in it." What? A glitter ball?
Did you actually have it up? I'm sure I remember seeing
What was I
it.
supposed to do with a broken?
Oh my
glitter ball?
god!
He said, "No, because I've got the light with it as well." And he gave me the spotlight that shines on it. He says, "Yeah, but you have to replace the bulb because the bulb's broken." What? So you give me a broken glitter ball that doesn't revolve because it's not on a motor, and a broken spotlight. So
Yeah, and the local Labour Club are pissed off because they're missing their disco ball.
Yeah, what bloody dingy club did you nick this from?
Where the spoons did this come from?
So I said, hang on a minute. So essentially, you've just given me two broken items.
I've still got this. Oh, sorry, go on. Sorry.
It's like, yeah, but you can put it in your set. No. I don't think a broken glitter ball and a light that doesn't work is gonna play well on YouTube. Nah. And I he was serious. He was absolutely serious as well. So, bless him.
Yeah. He was serious trying to hand over stolen goods.
Bless him. But this is the man. This is also the man that bought my missus a Bluetooth speaker in the shape of an emoji poo. God. Which is currently sitting in the bathroom.
He should be banned from fucking mankind because
I'm not a jewelry person, but I bought my wife some jewelry, and I just assumed you buy jewelry like you buy a pair of trainers or something. Like you go to all these different places to buy a pair of Nike trainers. You don't have to go to a Nike shop to buy a pair of Nike trainers or whatever. So I just assumed you get Tiffany bracelets anywhere. So I went to TiffanyJewelry.com or something like that.
Oh no!
So I bought it for her, and it obviously, it came in the little thing, and it looked good, and I got a big, thumbs up from the parents. I'm like, I'm in there, and she went to America because she went out there for like a year, and she's got like really posh friends like Tiffany this, Tiffany that, and then she went, hers started going brown.
Oh no!
And she went into a Tiffany shop to ask because they do like free cleaning of their products, and they're like, "Oh, this is a fake product." It's like in front of all her friends.
Oh no! You bought a fake Tiffany bracelet, necklace, and you're also the king of Nigeria. So yeah, all good.
I never bought jewelry. I didn't know you had to buy it for like this particular stuff.
It's really cool playing the long game there, isn't it?
You basically went onto like the Facebook page of some dickhead who got fucking hacked, and it's just like, oh yeah, Tiffany, 50% off. Like, yeah, okay, yeah. Click on this link. Goodbye, credit card details.
Have you still got that bracelet?
Al,
Necklace,
your worst present ever?
Me? Oh god, I'm gonna sound really ungrateful because it's my parents, but it is my own fault. But I think early 90s or maybe late 80s, where there was a massive craze for Laser Quest and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
Quasar and all that.
Yeah, I went to that.
And then
Southend.
Yeah, I still love it. It's still going really, and I think you can still sort of get these kind of things anyway. But
there's one near me.
All right, still going.
There's still one near me. Yeah.
Yeah. So for one Christmas, they started making these toy manufacturers. You could buy your own Laser Quest sort of kits and stuff like that. So I got this big bloody stupid green helmet. Maybe look like a complete bird.
Pulsar.
Oh, it might be. That rings a bell. And he had like the chest thing.
Yeah.
You had a target you could shoot, so you could play on your own.
Yeah, Pulsar. That was it, wasn't it?
Photon.
That's it. PHOTN. That's the one. Bloody hell, nice one, Larry. But like literally, no one I knew got one, so I had no one to play with.
They just fired at a target. It's like the Christmas version of Forever Alone.
To be fair, as an Amstrad fan, you were used to playing with no one, though.
That's the thing. I didn't learn my lesson because the next year I got the bloody Trojan light phaser light gun for the Amstrad. That doesn't even work. So I didn't learn my lesson.
Yeah, only I was in Nottingham then.
Yeah, me and you.
That's a staple of BTs for years. They couldn't get rid of the bloody things.
Oh, blimey.
Oh yeah, because it was just straight landfill shit, really, wasn't it? It looked cool, but it's like, yeah, no one's buying this.
So finally, Pete, what's your worst one?
I don't know. It's really hard to think of one. The only one I can really think of is probably like 2008 or 9. So I would have been late 20s, and I had a PS3, and my mum got me like what's the WWF series, like the
SmackDown.
Yeah, she got me something like SmackDown 2009 or something.
SmackDown,
which just wasn't anything I was interested in. Yeah. Bless her. And
you like those large, muscly men, don't you?
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, well, I went in the game shop and I said, my son's got a PS3. What should I get?" And he goes, "Oh, this is the one that they really like." And I go, "Did you tell him I was 29?" She's like, "Oh no, I didn't."
Lee Travello putting challenge.
Oh god, they must have been desperate to get rid of the bastard.
Yeah, probably.
Well, you ask an employee at like game, and they're just going to tell you whatever they're not shifting, aren't they?
When I was working in electronics boutique in the 90s, they were shoving bloody Rise of the Robots on anyone who'd come in the store who asked to get for Christmas.
Thank you for coming. Have a free copy of this.
I got a verbal warning for giving a kid a copy of Bomberman 2 instead.
So it could have been you with the fucking 2 copies of Fighting Force in my Dreamcast box.
Well, hey, at least it wasn't Shaq Fu.
No, I was not a bloody nickname.
I've got a Shaq Fu bracelet there.
Nothing to be proud of, mate.
Yeah, what?
I've got. I think I'm going to bring that up again, really. So.
I remember. Do you remember like Bad Influence, like on their last episode, like because like for 2 series they had like Rise of the Robots like in their title.
Yeah.
And then on the last episode they made a massive show of calling it one of the worst games ever. Because they didn't give a shit anymore. They're like, this is shit, going in the bin.
So we're going down in flames. We might as well bring it with us.
I've still got my. I think it's from 19. I'm looking in here, and it came out in 1988. But I've always been obsessed with Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, and I've got the storybook, so I can read it in bed.
Michael Jackson read a few things in bed.
Read it in bed with Michael.
Have you seen those Moonwalker repros that this guy's making on Mega Drive? Seen those?
Oh, what? Yeah, with the Thriller song added in.
Yeah, and they light up. The carts light up. They look amazing. Oh my god!
I was really chuffed because I got Moonwalker for my birthday a few weeks ago for the Mega Drive, the Japanese version, and my one actually is the one with Thriller in it, which I was quite chuffed.
Nice.
Really happy with that. Yeah, pretty cool.
Playground arguments.
So you decided to charge the Shaq Fu keyring instead of that.
It's actually for the new Shaq Fu, but that ain't much better. That's pretty.
We were talking about it earlier.
We established earlier that it's in fact worse.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They've done all those
actually
adverts saying how terrible the original was, and then they made a game that's even worse.
Well, they made
game was selling like PS4 copies like £3 for years.
Yeah. They can't shift those fucking things at all.
Please buy one.
I met the dev of it at one of the. At AGX, and he just said this is the Shaq Fu game that he deserves. Didn't it have some DLC of like
a cool guy.
The Shaq Fu game he deserves? What, they're going to shove the disc up his ass?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, geez, he must be, because Shaq's a cool dude. He doesn't deserve that.
Well, he's got Steel under his belt as well, the movie.
and Kazam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, it's just one big joke, and the Shaq cactus is always weird.
Shaq to the food.
Yeah, they did Grip as well. That was fun for 5 minutes.
That's
never
yeah, exactly. The best thing about Grip is its logo because it can be read upside down. How clever!
I keep reading it. It looks like Grid when you look at it.
I know. I thought it was Grid for a really long time until I actually asked, "Can I play Grid?" He's like, "It's Grip, mate." I'm like, "Okay, sorry." Your game's crap, by the way. It still didn't stop me buying it on the Switch. Like that is a proper 25 frames a second bad boy. That is.
Nice.
I got it in a sale on the PS4, like a $5.
I'm looking forward to that new that Wipeout Pacer game that's coming out.
Because it was originally Formula Fusion.
It was. There's a Kick Scammer episode in there. I tried to get them to let me do a Kick Scammer about it. Like
I didn't realise it was a Kick Scammer because I've owned that game for years, and then I'm watching your video like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
No wonder it's not had any updates in a while.
There you go. I don't know what other really good ones have been this year. I mean, because I'm like obsessed with my Switch. Most of the games I'm buying are games that came out 2 or 3 years ago, or even longer.
On the Wii U.
It's still good.
Are you getting Alien Isolation for it?
Probably not. I didn't get very far on my PlayStation 4 copy.
No, me neither.
Yeah,
I didn't get to see an alien, but I just for fuck's sake, can an alien show up?
It's a very there's a big chasm between boredom and diarrhea in that game because there's fuck all happening for 5 hours, and then for 5 minutes you shit yourself, and then it's back to 5 hours and nothing again.
Just like real life, in other words.
Pretty much, yeah.
So
talking of shitting yourself, no, don't. Go on, you go.
So I'm going to say, finally, what are we all looking forward to next year, 2020? Gaming wise, what are we all looking forward to? I'm certainly looking forward to Toki on the Amstrad.
Toki,
of course.
I'm looking for a completely unnecessary sequel to Hellblade.
Hellblade?
Generic answer, yeah. Well, no, go on, Scott.
The Xbox Series X.
Xbox Series X, yes. Fuck that shit.
Rather not.
Or I play a PC.
Xbox, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
I'm drawing a blank on what big games are coming out, if I'm honest.
Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3 remake. I'll have a slice of that.
I'm finally getting myself hyped now for FF7 remake.
Yeah, is FF7 due out, isn't it?
Yeah, March.
I really want to like it, but I'm scared.
Me too. There was a
I
degree of trepidation about it.
was finally looking at the trailer and some of the art, and I was like thinking, when I saw that Biggs, Jesse, and Wedge, I was that kind of bit. I was like, okay, I'm hyped now.
Yeah, I'll be probably playing it through the cracks of my fingers for the first few hours to see. We'll see.
I have ordered myself like the biggest order of games I've ever ordered in one go, and that's not going to come until the very beginning of January. So I'm looking forward to that. But again, they're all Switch games, so they're all really old games. Actually, there's an indie game coming out called Carry On. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Carry on up the Switch.
It looks insanely good. You play as a virus, just completely devouring people. It's like a 2D almost platformer, I suppose, but it looks unbelievably good.
Yeah.
Carrion. Devolver Digital releasing it, which is good. Yeah, excited for that. I'm probably going to play, like I say. Oh no, the new Ori and the Blind Forest game, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, will be the game of the year.
Oh, hello. Williams in it though, sadly. So.
I can't remember what it's called, but I'm looking forward to the new Platinum game. I can't remember what it's called now.
There's a Battle Code next year as well, which I'll definitely be checking out.
I'm looking forward to properly attacking the Steam Winter Sale in a few days' time.
PC Engine Mini, I'm looking forward to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that. Let me have a look. Upcoming games 2020.
Cyberpunk, I think that's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For a bit of that. Dying Light 2. If there's anyone that's anyone. No More Heroes 3.
No More Heroes anymore.
Space Program 2. I'll be interested in checking that out. That was quite a lot of fun. Psychonauts 2 as well.
Yeah, everyone said that.
Okay.
That's been waiting for 10 years.
Did not know that was a thing.
Little Nightmares 2. And obviously, yeah, I'm going to be looking forward to spending a fuck ton of money on new consoles and not playing any really good games on them until like 2 or 3 years into their life.
Videos all the time.
Xbox Series X, which is the worst name ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Isn't it just called the Xbox now?
No, it's called the Xbox Series X.
No, it's called Xbox. It's just called Xbox.
It's just called Xbox, isn't it?
That's even
really
worse.
It's worse.
It's like now we got two
Xbox
Xbox.
original.
This is
And we
like
got
an it's like an angry video game nerd bit. Oh, I'm going to play an Xbox. Wait, do you mean the original Xbox? That came into the, do you mean
360, the one?
Do you mean the new one, the Xbox One X? Hey, I'm so confused. What were they thinking?
Yeah, pretty much.
What were they thinking? Well,
That episode pretty much writes itself.
Yeah,
this is Microsoft. They go 3.11. They go 95, 98, NT, Vista, 7, 8, 10. What happened to 9? Microsoft can't count.
Madden 92.
Well, at least they're not pushing it as a fucking TV box now, which is great. It's an actual games console.
Sorry to see Larry with his.
And speaking of TV, there's your telly addicts.
It's still copy. It's going to be worth
Wow, wee.
Oh, you should get that shit graded.
Hidden gems, motherfucker.
Give that to limited one.
Little Nightmares 2 is coming out next year. That'll be fun.
Oh, okay. Now you're
Axiom
talking.
Verge 2 is coming out.
I didn't like that Action Verge.
You don't like anything, do you?
No, I love Metroid, but that's just the Action version doing anything for me.
Oh, Larry. Fuck me. Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah.
You have to remember, Larry, that Scott is a professional moaner. He loves it.
Oh, okay, yes.
What? I'm not a moaner.
You were the original grumpy.
Professional moaner. I didn't say moaner.
What was your old
They've
channel name?
got you there now. You can't say no, I'm not.
No.
Weren't you the grumpy gamer or something?
Oh, fuck off. Don't bring that back, Larry.
On that note, I think we'll bring this on that bombshell in the world. We'll give this Christmas Day RetroUnlim live stream to an end. And so I'm going to go through all of you to let me know of your channels and whatever upcoming exciting videos you've got coming. So, Skim, we'll start with you because you're on my screen at the moment.
Excellent. Cool. Good. So, yes, you can find me on YouTube, obviously.
No, we're asking what your next video is.
My next video?
That's right.
I don't know.
Stop fucking spamming yourself. Tell us
That's
about
because
next
you don't
video.
have an answer.
I do.
Yeah, no, you know. Depends on what I wait for
Let him talk.
you. My next video probably will be something. Oh yeah, it'll be the Amstrad thing. I'm going through some Amstrad games. Yay!
Oh, you're not doing the second part of System 3 yet, then?
Then that after that.
Oh, okay.
Yes, then that one, and there's a bunch of other videos planned. Other stuff maybe depending on my whim. I'm trying to do something about the demo scene for the Amiga. That'll be sometime next year.
You should do a video on the people who've done the demo scenes who went professional.
Yeah, something like that. That's going to be part of it for sure. Yeah, so there's all sorts of things planned. All sorts of old games. Trying to do something about Bloodshot. Because a certain guy called Bill Thorpe, Mr. Games Made of Cardboard, is so convinced. He's so convinced I actually did a video about that and I didn't. Like he's sort of like that.
It's not on your channel. Where is it?
He's like, I got into
Mandela effect.
It's the fairest thing bears, Tim Justice.
Yeah, I got into for a video made on Bloodshot. I'm like, no.
You definitely did do it. You did do it. It's part of your Fact Hunt series.
Yeah, I was thinking, are you sure Larry or Dan didn't make this? So yeah, lots.
It was nostalgia nerd all along.
Yeah. So I'll try and make that reality maybe as well. So yeah, all sorts of things.
Zypho, what coming and what are your future plans for next year along with your excellent Amstream series?
Apart from the Amstreams, I don't really plan ahead. Everything's like decided like the week before, pretty much, because mostly it is long plays and reviews, but I do go into a lot of research and depth on them. But there's going to be the worst ever Amstrad games. I've been meaning to do that for a long time, just to balance out the overabundance of love of Amstrad on my channel. A James Bond special tie in.
So similar to what I did a couple of years back.
Yeah, so I've held off for a while because I know you've done one as well, so it would clash too much.
Yeah. You add Karnov to that list because nobody ever talks about Karnov. That's a fucking terrible game.
Karnov.
I thought it was all right. I thought it was not bad conversion.
Commodore 64 one is terrible.
It uses the Amstrad graphics. Did you know the Commodore 64 version?
I do now.
Yeah, there you go, sir. But no, I'm going to be doing a lot more on Twitch next year. So I've been covering a lot of different systems. So we've had Specky, Amiga, Commodore 64, and I want to do some more obscure ones. Someone wants me to do a Tandy stream at some point. So yeah, or TRS-80 as well. So yeah, I want to expand outside of the Amstrad, but I will do that on Twitch for the time being. And stick with the long plays and all the usual stuff on the Amstrad on the YouTube channel. So follow me on Twitch for some... Because I found that actually the retro directory on Twitch is pretty barren. It's all US gamers playing bloody Nintendo all the time. Very, very few 8-bit kind of home computers and stuff like that. So I want to fill that void.
Well,
there we go.
Twitch can't even spell Amstrad.
Was that sorry?
I bet the bloody Twitch don't even know what an Amstrad is.
No. It's not in the list that you can choose for your stream. No.
No, they will know. They will know.
Call themselves gamers.
Because obviously Zypho is obviously the closest associated with my subject matter. I'll quickly follow on to that. Again, yeah, like Al says, I'll be doing some Twitch stuff. Are
you stealing material again?
No, kind of.
I'm gonna feel like doing a top 10 worst Amstrad video.
It's I've got the idea. Yeah, essentially just nicked off Al really. But I saw the Twitch. The argument he makes about it being barren for retro is kind of good. So that's what I want to do something on that. But also on YouTube, I want to focus on a different system for next year, and that will be
games to play after Brexit.
That'll be for the Atari
top 10 Larry videos.
Top bottom. That's enough. It'll be for the Atari ST. I'm gonna start doing some videos on the Atari ST because it's another system that I really, really like and really admire, and it's one of those ones that I think gets underplayed sometimes. We love the Amiga, and all that kind of stuff. Great, yeah, we know, yeah, the Amiga's great, but I think the Atari ST is a lot to shout about. So I'm going to do some focus on the Atari ST as well as the Amstrad.
I love the ST. The ST needs some more love.
It does. I have a lot of appreciation.
Not just for the games as well, because I remember at GCSE music, I did all my GCSE music on Atari ST. The music teacher did a whole room of them with all the MIDI capabilities and all that. You could do. I did some great music on that, so I love the ST.
I think it's a lovely machine, and it needs a little bit more.
I want to know more about it.
So I'm going to be doing
tell us more about this Atari.
Atari.
Clip that and put that at the start of your videos. There you go.
Hello,
tell me more about the Atari.
On it to death by Sexy Biscuits.
I'll use that one.
Sexy Biscuits, Larry. What are you doing next year? Come on, then.
Me. Well, next video fact hunt I'm doing is 5 times piracy helps the video game industry.
Right.
Very good video.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I thought it'd be
the fact hunt ones. Are you focusing on fact hunt now? Is it?
I might mix up with some other stuff. I want to be on camera more now.
Have we been games Yanks Can't Wank? Is that gone now? Is it?
Well, people can ask me for it. I mean, I might want to do a films Yanks Can't Wank as well.
I'd love to see that come back. To be honest,
it's just getting around copyright, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Because I want to do a video on the short-lived time the British companies were dubbing anime. So you get anime with British accents and that. It's just terrible.
Violence Jack is one of them.
Yeah. Some of the actors so bad you just tell somebody's got their girlfriend in because it's girl they know.
Akira, starring Steve McFadden.
So excellent stuff. All right, so more stuff coming from Larry, which is good because he's been barren this year. You did admit that at the beginning, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You got to plug the book though, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I got the book coming out. In February.
Plug the book.
I got you.
Thank you.
And make sure to send us a free copy.
No,
I backed it and contributed to it.
Oh, you silly sod.
I was just supporting who I thought was my friend. How stupid I was.
And you're going to go a free copy all along. Yeah.
Hey, we did a collab together, so I'm just expecting.
Yeah, I know. It's an embarrassing video now. How big I look in it when you use me at the beginning of your videos.
In my back garden as well. I had Larry in my back garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you weren't allowed inside.
I've literally lost about 8 stone since that video. So.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
But good memories. That was.
Lived in Ricky or Hatchet.
It was. Yeah. I was living in Ricky then. Yeah.
Ricky.
Long time ago now. I mean, Cornwall now.
I had lunch in Ricky today.
Where'd you eat?
At the Penny. Nothing glamorous.
Penny, you went to the Penny.
Yeah.
I love the Penny.
Yeah.
Penny's good. I got sick in the Penny once.
Hey.
I had a Monster and Red Bull. And got sick.
Basically, you got spiked.
Speaking of the Penny and Pete, what you got coming up, Pete?
I don't know. The only thing I really sort of roughly plan is I've got 3 main series at the moment that I've got a lot coming next year, and that's the cancelled games will still be coming.
Yeah.
I'm doing that arcade.
Come out recently, didn't it? Your Xbox one.
Yeah, that was.
What was that?
Yesterday, maybe. The
What came out
Xbox
yesterday?
one.
Yesterday, wasn't it?
Recently, it's Christmas Day. It says.
Oh yeah. So.
Oh yeah. It was 6 days ago.
A few days ago. Yeah.
So what came out
Xbox
yesterday?
one.
Arcade game.
Don't break the illusion.
Okay, no. What came out? I generally don't know what arcade game you're talking about.
We're not. He made a video about cancelled Xbox games.
Oh right.
And
Okay.
it came out not yesterday, but recently.
Yesterday.
Yeah, recently.
I'll stop.
And yeah, then I'm doing these arcade exclusives, which I'm really enjoying doing, just kind of slowly working through them. And then the essential DOS games, and loving doing those as well. I love my DOS games.
They get you some nice views, don't
No, not really. Nah.
Oh, okay.
But it's just fun, and whatever else happens. I'll just take it as it comes. Really, next year.
Free winging it,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
If you want to get
So-
big on YouTube, you've got to become racist.
Oh, and I might start doing a little bit of streaming
Started
for the
as
first
racist.
time.
Ooh.
But,
But for the first time, I saw you stream the other night.
Hey,
Well, that was a
fuck
test,
life.
wasn't it, mate? Dan, I was doing a test the other night, and Dan texted me. He goes, "Do you know you're streaming?" I was like, "Fuck."
It was just a guy like this, just looking down, looking at
Just
this.
trying to psych you out already.
Oh,
This
no,
ain't
just
supposed to
like
be live.
suddenly
Say-
making
So
Going
the
in
test,
faces
the
to the
test went
camera.
successful.
Yeah.
suddenly
So,
look at me like,
who have I asked? Scott, have I
Me.
asked you? No.
No.
Yes. Go on then, Scott. What you got coming up?
Well, because I'm a complete fucking
Chucklehead.
faker. No, I'm a chucklehead and a faker because, retro gaming. I never play any retro games.
Your favourite word?
My Christmas review hopefully will come out on shortly after. Oh, shit. No, I'm killing the illusion
Today?
again. Bollocks. Bollocks.
Did it come out today?
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh, it came out today. Excellent.
Review,
Right, well, we're
it'll be a
watching
very
now.
festive game. It's called The Evil Within.
Yeah.
So I wanted to review more survival horror games again because that's my passion, and playing these fucking JRPGs are killing me. Even though they're great for views, I was like, I need to go back and play something that's more my style. So I want to try and bring out some more videos next year because I've only got I think my average is like once every 6 weeks, and I need to try and boost that a little bit. So yeah, I'll probably be doing more, survival horror, JRPGs, action games, and all that shit.
Excellent.
good.
And finally, Mr. Daniel Ibbotson, Mr. Slopes Game Room. What have you got coming up? Probably shit tons of stuff, I'm guessing.
Dizzy the complete history.
You know what? I worked out that I'm 4 videos away from doing 100 videos this year.
Right.
Oh,
Round of applause.
I'm not going to hit it either, which is ridiculous. So this year I started a new series called The History in the Games, where I look at things that weren't games originally, and then looking at the games after I've talked about the history of whatever that thing was. I've done like War of the World.
The War of the World one. Not the War of the World one. Yeah.
That was probably my favourite video of the year.
Love that video.
I was really chuffed with that video. So I did that, Beavis and Butthead, South Park, and I've got Family Guy, the history in the games coming up, which is pretty good. The games are a bit naff, but it's actually a really quite a nice, humble story and how that show was created. So I've got that coming. Other than that, I know me and you are going to be working on a complete history finally in January, or at least get the ball rolling in January. Absolutely. Yep. About that thing behind you. No, not the green thing, the other one. So yeah, Dizzy, the complete history is coming.
Oh, yeah, there he is there.
So yeah, we're going to work on that together. It's been long overdue, that one. And I'm actually tempted to end the year, or at least start the year. We'll see how much time I have on my hands. Doing Slopes Game Room, the complete history, because I wanted to do a sort of a year review, but I thought to myself I'd actually give instead of just doing my year review, what's coming, what's happening, is tack that onto the end of actually how I became a YouTuber and what's it like now that I've done it full time for 1 year, the ups and downs and all that sort of thing, and actually make it into a full.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, how I started off, my DJ days when I was on TV, all that sort of thing, and how it led to this. Because my views on when I'm meeting all these parents and stuff now, because I've got kids that's going to primary school, and I meet all this what is it you do for a job? And I'm a YouTuber. Like, oh, wicked, my son wants to be a YouTuber. Like, no, he doesn't want to do what I do. I promise you.
Oh, do you play Minecraft? It's like, oh, kill me.
Exactly. So, and you always hear what should you do to become a YouTuber? And I'm always like, go get a job out, and don't become a YouTuber yet, because I always feel like what I've done on the lead up to become a YouTuber is what's helped me become a YouTuber.
It actually helps you to have experience of working life.
Exactly. Life experience.
I appreciate that as well. Appreciate your working life.
Yes, absolutely. Right. Yeah, when I was 17, 18, I didn't give a fucking shit. I was fucking knocking off work the whole time, going in and out of jobs every 2 seconds. I worked in every possible job under the sun. I didn't care, but when you get out of your system and you start growing up.
Ice cream factory.
I'm still doing.
Yeah, I worked in an ice cream factory.
You almost drowned in ice cream.
Yeah, I almost drowned. With just a gloop. Genuinely, yeah. I fell in the ice cream.
You got to tell that story on the making of Slopes Game Room.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I've worked in like a diamond factory, a plastics factory, loads of things. Yeah. Eggs.
They make diamonds in factories.
But it wasn't like that sort of diamond. It was like diamond grit. I always tell people I worked in a diamond factory. Like, ooh, like no, grit.
Oh, you were making diamond blades, weren't you?
Yeah, that sort of stuff.
yeah.
I always found ways of like earning a little bit on the side. You know, doing my own thing at these jobs, and I worked as a laser engraver, so I like, laser onto the tools, like, the part numbers, whatever. And I bought 100 fake Zippos off of eBay. Me and a friend did, or 200. And I like laser engraved like, all of the band lineup of like Download Festival, and then we just went around Download Festival selling them for $5. And the funny thing is, we'd done it all. Hang on, how did it work? We had a load left. I had like 20 left or so, which I'd never even sold. They're probably still in my attic. So if anybody wants a Lost Profits Zippo lighter,
Before the
somehow
incident,
I don't think you're going to sell those.
before the Ian Watkins shenanigans, I would have bought one off you, but now, nah.
I'm sticking to my Gary Glitter Zippo, thank you.
The best thing I need to do is just like when I rock up at one of the play expos, just go, need a light? And just see the face when I pull out, you know, the fake Sound of Progress lighter or whatever it is.
I honestly feel sorry for his bandmates, honestly.
Yeah.
He was ruined.
I feel sorry for the bloke in Steps of the same.
Yeah, and H from Steps. Yeah. You got the one Ian Watkins. What's that? That was a Cunton.
Oh right, okay.
Well,
yeah, he's on the train home to prison.
I tell you what, we can't share screens or anything. Actually, I'll have to take me a while to find it. But I actually DJ'd on the same lineup as Ian Watkins, as in not Steps, the other one, the one that we
the
don't
bad
like.
one, yeah.
The one I've got lighters on.
The bad one.
Tell me where you touched me.
From Santa.
Is it the bad one or the gay one? The bad one.
He we actually had to get him a hotel for that night. I say we, it wasn't really me. It was like I wasn't the main photo. But it does make me think like, what did he pay for? Pete, don't look amused. Pete, don't look amused.
So, do you know what it is to find a pram at 11 o'clock at night?
No, Larry, that was uncalled for. That wasn't funny. Don't look at kids.
Right, good night, everyone.
Oh, fucking hell. Sorry, Dan, finish, please.
I'm sorry.
Go on.
I think that's it. I think that's killed it. I think.
And on that bombshell.
On that bombshell.
Thank you, Larry.
Yeah. He comes in. He says, "Hello, you."
Okay, I'll take it. I'm not going to be coming on the next Christmas one.
Okay. We're all bad.
Merry Christmas, everyone. On that note, Zypho, Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Merry Christmas to you too, sir.
Larry Bunty.
Yeah. Goodbye,
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
King Justice, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Scott's Game Asylum, Merry Christmas.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan, indeed. On a retro tip, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And Slopes Game Room. Merry Christmas, and you now have the honour to speak us out of this show.
Oh, I do. Okay.
Yes, you do.
I hope you all had a great.
These words.
Oh,
Save your sympathy.
This is a request by our overlord, RetroUnlim himself, to speak out the words and say, "Thank you, Christmas tree."
Thank you, Christmas tree.
And don't forget, you pick up Lost Prophet's latest album is on iTunes.
I don't think it is.
Using quality